Chapter 3800. Emperor Wantian went completely crazy. Even if he died, he wanted to drag Lin Fei down with him. Once the momentum was released, it swept across the entire 5 elements, sacred ground. At the moment of self-detonation, a stream of light rushed out. One could vaguely see that it was a shrunken figure. It was none other than Emperor Wantian. As a scheming fellow, how could Emperor Wantian not hold back? It's a pity that I have to start all over again. Emperor Wantian stopped, his eyes cold. Fortunately, I have the infinite land. I will definitely be able to regain my strength in a few thousand years. Emperor Wantian had no choice but to choose to self-destruct. If he did not self-destruct, he would be dead. Only by killing Lin Fei could he solve all of this. That was why the Myriad Heavens monarch wanted to kill Lin Fei at all costs. Although he would lose his physical body, which was a significant loss, as long as Lin Fei was alive, everything was fine. Most importantly, he had killed Lin Fei, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. From now on, no one could enter the core area of Myriad World Mountain, let alone pry into the power of the 5 element supremes. Old Emperor, you are really good at scheming. Before Emperor Wantian could heave a sigh of relief, a voice was heard. A hand appeared and pinched Emperor Wantian in the stream of light. A figure walked out and looked over with a smile on his face. No, how are you still alive? You were clearly going to die. Emperor Wantian struggled, but under the grip of this hand he could not move at all. Lin Fei smiled. I already said that I am stronger than you. Although your self-destruction is very powerful, you have forgotten where you are, so you can only be unlucky. Myriad Heavens Emperor's heart trembled. He finally understood what Lin Fei's words meant. In the 5 elements sacred ground, what else could withstand the destruction of his self-destruction other than the power of the 5 elements supremes? Lin Fei had more, so he lost. Don't kill me, I admit defeat. From today onwards, I am willing to submit to you. Emperor Wantian gritted his teeth, knowing that he had no other choice. How could Lin Fei keep Emperor Wantian alive? This kind of old fox was best at scheming. If there was one today, there might be another one tomorrow. At that time, he wouldn't even know how he would be schemed against. Sorry, I think it's better to kill you. Lin Fei exerted strength in his hand. Don't want. Myriad Heavens Emperor screamed miserably as he was crushed into pieces by the berserk power. Just in case, Lin Fei used the power of the 5 element supremes and launched dozens of attacks, completely turning the Emperor into a state of nothingness. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Lin Fei sat down cross-legged and panted heavily. That old thing is quite powerful. I was almost tricked by him. Lin Fei took out the medicinal pills and ate them one by one, silently healing his injuries. In the core of the myriad worlds, Lin Fei spent half a month recuperating before he managed to suppress his injuries. Even on his deathbed, he still gave me such a generous gift, as expected of an old thing. Lin Fei got up and didn't forget to curse a few times. Little fiend, I really can't refine this 5 elements divine lands. Standing here, Lin Fei asked Little Fiend. It's too difficult. Little Fiend said, this myriad world's mountain can move, so it's too difficult for Master to refine it. That Myriad Heavens Emperor is the same. Although his idea is good, it's never been realized. Lin Fei's eyes showed regret. That's really a pity. The power of the 5 elements supremes of the 5 elements divine lands was indeed very tempting. If not for the crucial moment, with the help of the power of the 5 elements divine lands, it would be impossible to defeat or even kill Myriad Heavens Emperor. Master, 5 elements divine lands can't be refined, but there are still things here that can be taken away. Little Fiend said, in front of you, there is a myriad world's divine pearl. According to my analysis, this pearl is better than any other time. It should be left by Myriad Heavens Emperor for later use. It can't be. Lin Fei was shocked. There was actually a myriad worlds divine pearl left behind. This was really a big surprise. After scanning with his divine sense, he saw the myriad worlds divine pearl. This pearl looked very unusual. It was wrapped by the power of the 5 elements supremes. Even if it was in a battle, it was still intact and not damaged. The old emperor really did a good deed. He's a good person. After checking and confirming that there was no danger, Lin Fei picked up the pearl with ease. The myriad worlds divine pearl seemed to have a spiritual nature and wanted to escape. However, it fell into Lin Fei's hands, so how could it leave? No matter how it struggled, the result was the same. I got lucky this time. Lin Fei opened his mouth and swallowed the myriad worlds divine pearl. He sat down cross-legged and chose to refine it immediately. The myriad worlds emperor was reluctant to take the myriad worlds divine pearl first. Especially this one, it must be extraordinary. After swallowing it, a steady stream of power gushed out, making Lin Fei feel refreshed. His injuries recovered immediately. Too fast. It was so fast that Lin Fei himself was shocked. Master, continue to operate the infinite divine body and refine it again. Forge the infinite divine body into the strongest divine body. Now is the best chance. If you miss this chance, who knows when you will get the next one? Little Devil reminded. Lin Fei was at a loss. He had underestimated the power of the myriad worlds divine pearl. If he had not cultivated the infinite divine body and reached the great success realm, the myriad worlds divine pearl could easily crush Lin Fei into pieces and kill him thousands of times. Boom! Lin Fei calmed down and began to reconstruct the infinite divine body. He had long understood this cultivation method. He knew the direction of the second reconstruction and even some details that he did not pay attention to before. 10 days to half a month, 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, all the way until 10 years later. In the core area of Myriad Worlds Mountain, only Lin Fei quietly reconstructed the divine body. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. In Myriad Worlds Sacred Mountain, a huge force was generated and everyone in Myriad Worlds Sacred Mountain was transported out. 10 years was like the snap of a finger for experts. Those who could survive Myriad Worlds Mountain had obtained great benefits. Many of them even had a breakthrough. The Myriad Worlds Sacred Mountain started to fade as the crowd was teleported out. In the end, it entered the void and disappeared without a trace. The entire process was extremely fast. Those who wanted to lock onto it were useless. They could only watch as Myriad Worlds Divine Mountain disappeared completely. As for the next time it appeared, it would take a long time. They might not even have the chance to enter. Lin Fei die. At this moment, a loud voice reverberated. Everyone saw Hai Lin, immortal, holding an immortal treasure. He attacked a figure sitting cross-legged below. That figure was none other than Lin Fei. Hai Lin, I dare not. Bloodshaker Immortal roared. Lin Fei, you are dead. Hai Lin Immortal had been holding his breath for a long time. Now he could finally kill Lin Fei. Soga website. Chapter 3801. This sudden scene attracted the attention of many Undying. No one expected that Hai Lin Undying would ambush Lin Fei at this time. It seemed like it was a successful move. Many people were gloating, thinking that Lin Fei was dead for sure. Undying that could come out of Myriad World Mountain all had a few powerful treasures on them. Even if it was just one, it would be enough to make Lin Fei suffer. After all, many people didn't like Lin Fei. How could a kid that got lucky climb over their heads? Now that he was dead, it was best. Who knows? They might even be able to split the treasures on Lin Fei. As for whether or not the Ancient Alliance would be angry, no one really cared. They had more people, more than enough to eat up blood-shaking Undying's group. Courting death. Lin Fei, who was sitting in a lotus position, suddenly opened his eyes. Hai Lin Undying had a smug look on his face as he coldly met this gaze. There was only one thought left in his mind. How can there be such a powerful gaze? In front of everyone, this Hai Lin Undying had been turned to dust. No one saw how this Hai Lin Undying was killed. In these 10 years, Lin Fei had been rebuilding his god body. The strength of the myriad world god pearl was unimaginable. Who knew how many times the infinite god body had been refined? It was unbelievably strong. The rebuilding of the infinite god body took close to 10 years. The only thing he didn't expect was that once he came out, this Hai Lin Undying didn't know his place and dared to ambush everyone. He deserved to die. How could you kill Hai Lin? Vermilion bird races, Zhu Undying's expression changed. At least they had some connections. Although Hai Lin Undying had been bullied by Lin Fei, that was because he wasn't as strong as Lin Fei, so he couldn't say anything. Now that he killed Hai Lin Undying, that was bullying. Lin Fei smiled faintly. So what if I killed him? Could it be that you want revenge? Rumble. Vermilion bird Undying's body shook, and he flew out like a sack, smashing into a mountain. If you dare speak again, I don't mind sending you on your way. The faint voice was like a knife stabbing into the immortal vermilion bird's heart. Zhu Undying's mind was also blank. He was a grand Undying, yet he couldn't even take a single blow. How could something like this happen? Hai Lin Undying was killed in one strike. Zhu Undying indeed couldn't tell what had happened. But now that he knew how terrifying Lin Fei was, he knew that he was on the same level as the old emperor. Only someone with such strength could defeat him so easily. I submit. Zhu said bitterly. If he did not lower his head now, he would definitely die later. The other Undying beings present all sucked in cold breaths, not daring to make a sound, even though they were all in the same realm, Undying beings. But compared to this ferocious Lin Fei, they were simply like sheep. Undying Hai Lin was strong, right? It was as if he had been killed with a single glance. The Vermilion Bird clan's Zhu Undying was also strong enough, but the result was the same. Because of that, none of the Undying present dared to say anything else. They all secretly rejoiced that they didn't attack, or else they would become a joke. Lin Fei's gaze swept over and suddenly said, "Since everyone is here, I'll make an announcement." The Undying beings' hearts shook, feeling that what Lin Fei was about to say wasn't anything good. Even though they didn't want to hear it, no one dared to leave. The scene before had indeed stunned them. If they turned and left, wouldn't they be in trouble? Nobody was willing to risk it. From today onwards, I announce that all Wantian Empire's Undying beings will join the Limitless sect. Lin Fei announced calmly. These words caused everyone's expression to change. Lin Fei, what do you mean by this? What the hell is Limitless sect? What right do you have to make us join? The Undying beings here all came from different factions. Even in Wantian Empire, they were peak existences. Now you want them to join Limitless sect. How could that be possible? Space Emperor, you're talking about this. Shaker Blood Undying was also very surprised. Space Emperor transmitted. Shaker Blood, did you notice something? So many of us went in, but some didn't come out. Shaker Blood Undying really didn't pay attention to his surroundings. All his attention was on Lin Fei. Hearing Space Emperor's words, he secretly observed. If he didn't look, he wouldn't know, but once he did, he jumped in fright, his entire being feeling unwell. The Crown Prince's people were gone. Su Mountain Undying was gone too. Even Su Mountain Undying was pretty much gone. And Black Tortoise races, Black Tortoise 9. The mutant Ashy Wing King, including the Undying beings, were all gone. Even His Majesty was nowhere to be seen. Something happened. Shaker Blood Undying's mind exploded, unable to believe it. Nothing much. Just because I'm stronger than you all. Just because I killed Ashy Wing. Lin Fei stepped out, releasing an incomparably domineering aura. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The heaven and earth shook. The limitless god body that had been reforged countless times. At this moment, it completely shone. just one aura was released, majestically crushing the undying beings. In front of this aura, the undying beings all retreated, swaying, blood flowing out of their mouths. "You aren't convinced, are you?" Lin Fei waved his hand, and an undying being was slapped away. "And you aren't convinced either." Everywhere he passed, other than Gumeng's undying being fine, the other undying beings didn't even have the ability to resist, and were slapped away one by one. "I'm asking, whoever refuses, please speak up," Lin Fei said calmly. Creating Limitless Gate was also an idea that Lin Fei suddenly had. 10,000 Sky Empire didn't have the old emperor overseeing it. Once the news spread, the entire 10,000 Sky Empire would quickly collapse. Grand Cloud Mountain, Sky Sea, and Su Mountains Undying would definitely start a war. At that time, the people would be plunged into misery and suffering. Who knew how many people would die? Lin Fei wasn't that cold-blooded. He felt like he had to do something. Gathering the undying beings and managing them, that was the way to go. Hence, he came up with the idea of Limitless Gate. At least he had limitless land, which allowed him to slowly walk out of it. "We are willing to join Limitless Gate." "Me too." The undying beings all lost their temper. The feeling of almost dying after taking that palm. None of them wanted to experience that again. If it happened again, they would really have to say goodbye. How to choose? They were the clearest. Joining Limitless Gate didn't have any downsides. Even Ashy Wing King wasn't his opponent, much less them. At this time, they noticed the changes around them and panicked even more, as though they understood why Lin Fei said that. Perhaps those people had met with misfortune. "Since you've agreed, then go back and prepare. As for the undying beings that aren't willing to join, I don't mind personally killing them." 2K Reading Net. Chapter 3802. Lin Fei used the fact that Hai Lin Undying had ambushed him to suppress all the Undying experts present, beating them into submission. He didn't need to fight anymore. Just the wounds on their bodies were enough to make them remember for the rest of their lives. Half a month later, Thousand Sky Empire changed its name. This news wasn't surprising to the upper echelons, because they all knew that something had happened to the emperor. But the lower echelons were in an uproar. This was a change of dynasty. Who did it? Everyone knew clearly. If it wasn't Lin Fei, who else could it be? Thousand Sky Empire officially changed its name to Limitless Empire. Lin Fei was the first emperor. When Thousand Sky Empire changed its name, Limitless Empire had another super faction, the only peak faction, called Limitless Sect. This Limitless Sect took in all the undying experts within the empire. There were some undying experts that wanted to hide, but they were all found by Lin Fei and killed on the spot. Only after killing more than 10 of them did he finally subdue all the undying experts. No matter what kind of undying experts they were all killed with one palm. This brutality was a huge blow to those undying experts, and they all obediently joined Limitless Sect. Now, within Limitless Empire, there were no more undying experts roaming outside. They were all in Limitless Sect. Limitless Sect took in the undying experts. Lin Fei sorted out the 4 great clans, and with the help of the imp, he even repaired the formation. And this formation was even more advanced. At least in terms of power, it was more than 100 times stronger. After dealing with internal matters, Lin Fei personally led the undying experts into the mutants' camp and did a thorough cleaning. Without Blue Wing King, the mutants were completely defenseless against Lin Fei's attacks and were quickly defeated. The huge mutants were also thoroughly suppressed. Lin Fei didn't kill these mutants, but instead sealed the camp, turning it into a training ground for Limitless Empire. For this, he sent out a team of undying experts to personally oversee this training ground. Now, Limitless Empire's biggest obstacle was cleared. 10 years later, Limitless Empire completely stabilized. Lin Fei officially ascended to the throne, becoming the first emperor of the Limitless Empire. Tens of thousands of people came to pay their respects, and just the celebration alone lasted for an entire month. Within the Limitless Empire, Lin Fei was hailed as the #1 expert. Time flew by. In the blink of an eye, 100 years had passed. I still came. A figure walked out from the void. This person was none other than Lin Fei. At this moment, his eyes were filled with excitement as he looked at the mysterious region before him, which was also a forbidden area of the Limitless Empire. This forbidden area was naturally ordered by Lin Fei. The Black Tortoise clan was moved out. A super grand formation had been set up in this area. Anyone who intruded would die without a doubt, even if they were undying experts. In order to set up this formation, they had spent a lot of resources to prevent people from entering the Void Cave. This time, no one can stop me from returning. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Ever since he ascended to the throne, he suppressed all his worries and dealt with the internal affairs of the empire. Even if it was done in a big way, it still took him hundreds of years. Today's Limitless Empire, under Lin Fei's arrangements, was managed layer by layer. There was nothing for Lin Fei to deal with. Undying experts from the Limitless Gate without a pass could forget about leaving the Limitless Gate. Allow me to witness just how terrifying this Void Cave is. Lin Fei took a deep breath and walked into the void of nothingness. Hua hua hua! Inside the Void Cave, the world and time seemed to have stopped. There was also a domineering power that was corroding his flesh, but when it landed on Lin Fei, it bounced off. Don't look at how busy he had been these past few years. Lin Fei didn't slack off either. He continued to increase his strength until he reached a bottleneck. Only then did he give up. That barrier was far too hard to break through. Based on the little devil's analysis, it would take a long time, and this was with a very low success rate. It wasn't without reason that the 10,000 Sky Emperor was trapped. The current infinite god body was so strong that the outer area of the Void Cave couldn't affect Lin Fei at all. Based on the information, the location to Earth is in the deepest part, and a very remote location. After becoming the Emperor, Lin Fei secretly collected information and gave it all to the little devil to analyze. After several decades, he finally managed to determine the general location of the place. This range wasn't small. It was because of this that Lin Fei raised his strength to a bottleneck before he was willing to enter. According to the information left behind, he could confirm one thing, and that was that there was something terrifying within the Void Cave. As for what it was, he didn't know. All the clues were cut off. The little devil analyzed for a long time and couldn't come to a conclusion. He could barely confirm one thing. This Void Cave wasn't normal. There might be a special life form inside. Lin Fei believed in the little devil's analysis. With his current strength, even if there was a special life form, Lin Fei was confident that he could kill the other party. Master, I haven't found any special life forms yet. There was no light in the Void Cave. Other than darkness, there was only darkness. Lin Fei had mastered the power of space-time, but in the Void Cave, he found that it was useless. It was really a special place. Lin Fei understood why the Black Tortoise race was so afraid. This Void Cave wasn't a place anyone could stay. One careless mistake and they would lose their life. Fortunately, he had the little devil to guide him this time. As the strongest support, he wasn't affected by the special environment of the Void Cave and constantly guided the way for Lin Fei. In this kind of environment, Lin Fei continued to move forward. Time seemed like fleeting clouds. Lin Fei was secretly shocked when he saw Little Fiend's statistics. It's actually been 50 years. Lin Fei looked at the darkness around him and laughed bitterly. This is really a trap. I'm afraid those undying beings that came in before they were killed by this special power, they would be lost in the Void Cave. He kept his thoughts and continued moving forward. After that, he started to see some corpses. These corpses were well preserved. Their bodies didn't rot, but each of them maintained the same appearance, which was a look of fear and unease. Interesting, really interesting. Lin Fei couldn't help but be curious. because these corpses were definitely undying beings when they were alive, but they all died the same way, which was having their life essence absorbed by some existence and then being scared to death. I need to be careful. After analyzing, Lin Fei was even more certain that this void cave really did have a special life form, and a very powerful one at that. Master, don't worry, I will monitor the surroundings no matter what kind of special life form it is. It won't be able to harm Master. The little devil promised. Lin Fei nodded. Actually, I still want to see a special life form. Soga website. Chapter 3803. Another 10 years passed. Lin Fei saw no less than hundreds of corpses, all of which had the same characteristics. In addition, Lin Fei also saw some broken passages. After Little Devil's analysis, it was determined that these were the passages to another world. Such a broken passage could always be found in more than half a year. What is the origin of this hole of nothingness? How can such a thing exist? Lin Fei, who was not sure at first, was now completely relieved. What was written on the documents should be true. There must be a passage to Earth in this hole of nothingness. However, Lin Fei was not happy for too long. As he saw more and more passages to the other world collapsing, he could not help but worry that the passage to Earth would also be damaged. That would really be a waste of time. This was what Lin Fei was most worried about. Even in the Infinite Empire, becoming an emperor and dominating the world. For Lin Fei, there was still no sense of belonging here. Even if he was an orphan on Earth and had no relatives, after all, that was the place where he was born and raised. In any case, Lin Fei had to go back this time. If it was not for the urgent need to return to Earth, he would not have rushed here in 100 years. It must not be broken. Lin Fei prayed in his heart. 5 years later. Master, according to the calculation and analysis, it should be in this area. Little Devil's voice echoed in Lin Fei's mind. Okay. Lin Fei's breathing became rapid. Little Devil's range was not very large. Lin Fei was not afraid of wasting time. The corrosive power of the hole of nothingness was increasing, but it did not affect him much. It could even be said that he did not feel it at all. After confirming that there was no danger around, Lin Fei began to search. The area was silent. The floating corpses and the collapsed passage to the other world did not appear for the time being, which was more or less good news for Lin Fei. Do not appear. Not long after, under Lin Fei's prayer, he really did find a place that gave off a dim light. Congratulations, Master. That should be the passageway to the other world that leads to Earth. The little demon quickly confirmed. Lin Fei approached cautiously. At this moment, the place that was emitting a dim light appeared in front of Lin Fei. It really is a door. Lin Fei's breathing quickened again, and his eyes shone with excitement. Found it, finally found it. Lin Fei had been looking forward to this day for a long time. Ha. It won't be long before I can return to Earth. At this moment, Lin Fei cried tears of joy. After spending dozens of years in the cave of nothingness, what Lin Fei was most worried about was not gaining anything. That would be the biggest blow to him. Fortunately, the little devil's analysis did not disappoint Lin Fei. Sure enough, there was a passageway to another world in the hollow of nothingness. Master, look at this door. There are even Earth words on it. The little devil reminded Lin Fei. In his excitement, Lin Fei did not notice the door. With the little devil's reminder, he noticed that there were indeed words on the door. It was 2 big ancient words. It was written in clerical script, Earth. Seeing the word Earth written in clerical script, Lin Fei was no longer worried. Being able to write these 2 words, he was almost certain. However, this door is seriously damaged. I can't guarantee that Master can successfully return to Earth, the little devil suddenly said. Lin Fei was stunned, and his tone became anxious. Seriously damaged? When Lin Fei looked at the 2 big words in clerical script, he was no longer calm. The door was covered with cracks, and it seemed like it would break at any time. Because of this, the door emitted a dim light, and it seemed like it would break at any time. Lin Fei was worried. This was really bad news. With my infinite divine body, I should be able to withstand it, right? Lin Fei asked. That's hard to say. The little devil said, no one can guarantee how far it is from here to Earth. If it's a short distance, it won't be a big problem. But if it's a long distance, the situation will be very bad. How bad will it be? Lin Fei stared at the door. Lin Fei could tell that the door wouldn't be able to hold on for much longer. It might last for a year or even 10 years. Who knew when it would break down? Once it broke, Lin Fei was not confident that he could find another door passage. Crossing the real starry sky, Lin Fei could not guarantee whether he could survive or not. The 10,000 Heavens Emperor was powerful. He did not dare to cross the real starry sky, but chose to make a safe breakthrough. This showed how powerful he was. In general, Master will be in a state of serious injury. The little devil said, it will be very difficult to repair in a short time unless there is a worldly treasure. That's it. Lin Fei's expression did not change. I'm afraid we can't bring back the things on Master's body. The little devil said, everything will be affected. Lin Fei took a deep breath and slowly exhaled. Even if I'm seriously injured, I have to go back and take a look. In the depths of his memory, those figures emerged. Lin Fei believed in himself and his infinite God body. How could it be destroyed so easily? Master, be careful. The moment Lin Fei's mind loosened, something strange happened. Even with the little devil's warning, Lin Fei was still a beat too late. A huge phantom emerged in the quiet cave of nothingness and bit Lin Fei without warning. Crack, 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 crack. Lin Fei vomited blood with just one bite. Numerous cracks appeared on his body, densely packed like a spider web. So terrifying. Lin Fei was shocked. What the hell was going on? Master, let's go. This special life form has broken through its bottleneck. It deliberately used the otherworld passage to attract people. The little devil let out a sharp voice. Boom! Lin Fei was about to curse out loud. This special life form had hidden itself too deeply. Now that he looked at it, he was shocked. The special life form that bit Lin Fei only revealed its head in the darkness. As for how big its body was, he could not see it. It was too scary. Lin Fei had calculated everything, but he did not expect that there would be such a terrifying existence in the cave of nothingness. Open! Lin Fei's body shook as he mobilized all his strength. A domineering blow. Roar! A terrifying sound came from the mouth of this special life form. Lin Fei's body shook again. That sound was also powerful enough to shake his body. Go! This punch mobilized all the power of the infinite world, 100% eruption. Not a trace of concealment. Lin Fei was finally able to break free and plunged into the door. Vaguely, a black shadow hit him. A terrifying force crushed down. Lin Fei groaned and lost consciousness. Sogu website. Chapter 3804. East Sea. East Sea in July. A cool breeze blew, and a bright moon hung high in the sky. At this time, in a dim alley that was not very eye-catching. Ta, 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 ta! The sound of high-heeled shoes stepping on the ground echoed in the quiet alley from afar. Under the dim light, a figure could be vaguely seen rushing over. Kacha! A crisp sound rang out, and the approaching figure let out a muffled groan. His body swayed, and he fell to the ground. It was a beautiful and fashionable woman. My leg, I think I sprained it. What should I do? The beautiful woman's face was pale. Her beautiful eyes showed fear and uneasiness, and she looked back from time to time. Beauty, you sprained it. I told you not to run so fast. In less than a minute, a few rascals appeared in the alley. The leader was a strong man with a gold necklace around his neck and a black singlet. On his left and right arms, There were green dragons and white tigers walking. His face was fierce and fierce. "Don't come over. If you come any closer, I'll call the police," Charlene regretted. Her voice was trembling. Charlene was 23 years old this year. She just graduated from university and joined the company. Tonight was the company's celebration party. After dinner, a group of people suggested to sing. For Charlene at this age, she liked disco dancing and singing very much, so she naturally would not reject it. Originally, she was singing well, but for some reason, she had a stomachache and had no choice but to leave. She was afraid that she would affect her colleagues' singing mood. So she came out with an excuse. Who knew that after she came out, she would somehow be targeted by someone? In a moment of panic, he ran into this alley and accidentally sprained his ankle. When he looked at the alley again, no matter how he looked at it, it didn't seem like anyone would pass by. Even if someone really came, facing these 5 gangsters, they might not help and might even tuck their tails and run away. "Ha ha ha, call the police, sure, no problem." The leader laughed. He was the big brother of the nearby street, Black Tiger. He strode forward and kicked away the fruit phone that Charlene took out. "Save me!" Charlene was completely flustered and subconsciously wanted to get up. A few of her lackeys surrounded her, smiling. "Big brother, it's the best. Look at these long legs. They're really in their twilight years. I happen to have stockings at home. If I put them on, tonight we're going to have fun." The lackeys looked at Charlene and almost drooled. Big brother Black Tiger was also excited. He didn't expect that after teasing this girl a little, she would run into an alley. Moreover, it was an alley that very few people used. Wasn't this the same as delivering goods to his doorstep? Moreover, there were no surveillance cameras in this place. There was nothing to worry about. "Beauty, the night is long, don't worry." Hey who laughed and said, "Tonight, we brothers are all fierce men. We guarantee that you won't feel better. Ordinary people don't even have the qualifications to enjoy it." "No, don't come over." Xia Lin's tears flowed down. Thinking about that unbearable scene, she wanted to bang her head against the wall and die. Xia Lin's cries also made the subordinates develop a stronger desire. If it wasn't for the fact that they were in an alley, they might have made a move immediately. Even her voice is so tempting. "Let's go, I can't hold it in any longer." Black Tiger Big Brother's breathing quickened. It had been a long time since he had encountered such good stuff. "It's over." Xia Lin almost fainted when they were about to catch her. "God, who will save me?" Xia Lin struggled in her heart. "As long as someone comes to save me now, no matter who it is, I am willing to be his boyfriend." Xia Lin, who didn't really believe in oaths, helplessly swore to the heavens. Just as Xia Lin closed her eyes and completely accepted her fate, bang! A sudden loud sound shocked everyone in the alley, including Xia Lin. It was too sudden. "Big brother, it seems like something fell down." One of the lackeys looked towards the source of the sound. At the end of the alley, under the dim light, a black shadow appeared on the ground. "It can't be a human, right?" Another muscular man looked up and saw that there were no tall buildings nearby. That shouldn't be the case. Actually, Black Tiger was also shocked. But as the big brother, how could he be afraid? Otherwise, how could he convince the others? Trash. Even if a person fell down, he would be a dead person. Is there a need to make a fuss over nothing? Black Tiger said seriously, "With you guys acting like this, if word gets out, I, the boss, will be laughed at to death." Black Tiger's underlings all lowered their heads. This is too embarrassing. Who knows if that thing is a human or not? They scared themselves first. It is indeed embarrassing. Luckily, there is no one else here, so they don't have to worry about word getting out. "Big brother, you're still the best. Aren't we also afraid of getting into trouble?" For people like them who mingled in the underworld, they were most worried about being related to a dead person. Confessing was lenient and spending time in jail. "Look at your cowardly faces." Black Tiger coldly snorted. At this moment, one of the underlings suddenly turned pale and pointed at the dim place. Big brother, that thing is alive, he is coming towards us." Just as he finished speaking, he fell to the ground with a plop and fainted. Black Tiger frowned. "What's going on? What is coming towards us?" "He's coming. Quickly, run." Black Tiger's subordinates might look fierce, but in reality, they were not very brave. The sudden appearance of this scene scared them half to death on the spot. Without waiting for the Black Tiger to come back to its senses, it very disappointingly ran away. Xia Lin, who was originally in despair, would have been scared to death if it was any other time. But for some reason, she was not afraid at all. Instead, she was filled with excitement. Vaguely, Xia Lin saw a figure swaying towards them. "Is that a human?" Xia Lin was confused. That solid sound of something hitting the ground earlier, Xia Lin felt it more clearly than anyone else. That was definitely the sound of something smashing down from a high place. Black Tiger was infuriated by the scene in front of him. Bastard! Hey! Who did not believe that something was coming. He subconsciously looked back and saw a guy covered in blood walking over shakily. The thick smell of blood almost made Black Tiger faint. Ghost! Black Tiger let out a loud cry and fell down without any backbone. Fortunately, his underlings ran away. Otherwise, they would have laughed at this scene. "Beauty, may I ask, where is this place?" The swaying figure walked over. Under the dim light, it created a huge visual impact on Xia Lin. "This is East Sea. Are you all right?" Xia Lin did not faint from the fright. Her voice was trembling. "East Sea, that's good." With a plop, the figure fell to the ground. Remember the mobile website. Chapter 2555 Beauty. Where is this place? Page 1/1. Add bookmark, easier to read. Chapter 3805. Hey! Charlene was indeed terrified. In the end, he fainted first. For a moment, Charlene didn't know what to do. A strange thought popped up in his mind. Could it be that God really heard my prayers and specially sent a man down from the sky? But this man is so strange. Anyone would have the same thought when they heard the last question. This was an East Sea. It couldn't be anywhere else. Even though she didn't know why this man covered in blood would appear. She didn't know why he was fine after falling down. At least Charlene knew that she was saved. After struggling to stand up, Charlene moved a little and kicked Black Tiger's crotch heavily. Don't say that she didn't have a temper. She was indeed fierce when she was angry. This kick caused Black Tiger to tremble on the spot. This lasted for more than 10 seconds. While he was unconscious, half of his body could be curled up like a shrimp. "I'll kick you to death, you bastard." Charlene wasn't usually so violent. This time, he really had a taste of his own medicine. He was almost done for. Not satisfied with the kick, Charlene went up and kicked a few more times. Even though it wasn't at the crotch area, anyone who used high heels would know how it felt. Charlene was also a smart girl and knew the importance of that area. She was satisfied with one kick. "No matter what, you helped me a lot. No matter what, I can't leave you to die." Charlene didn't leave. If she really left, this man covered in blood might get into trouble. Charlene couldn't do such an ungrateful thing. Her first thought was to call 120. When she wanted to find her phone, she realized that it was broken by Black Tiger's kick. Without a choice, Charlene could only do it herself. She didn't care that this man was covered in blood and forcefully helped him up. "This guy is so heavy." She used all her strength to help him out. Fortunately, Charlene didn't really sprain her ankle. Otherwise, she could only watch helplessly. Things were simple after that. Charlene was lucky and stopped a taxi. When the taxi driver asked, she said that the man drank too much and fought with someone. The taxi driver instantly had an understanding look on his face. Half an hour later, Charlene helped the bloody man back to her rented house. "Xia Lin, you're crazy. You actually brought a man back." Xia Lin panted heavily and admired herself. As an obedient girl, this was the craziest time she had ever been. After resting for a while, Xiao Lin got busy and prepared to clean up the blood stains on the unfamiliar man. After wiping for a while, Charlene's eyes widened. What solid muscles! She was worried that the man was injured, but half of his body was wiped off. Charlene could not believe her eyes. This man's body is so good. 8-pack abs. Male dog waist. It was the best of the best. Charlene still had the ability to appreciate beauty. They both had 8-pack abs, but compared to the man in front of her, the difference was too big. Her figure had smooth lines and was filled with a kind of beauty that was pleasing to the eye. Is this really a man that the heavens have bestowed upon me? Charlene was infatuated. A living man in front of her was a strong visual impact. F***CK. Keep wiping. Charlene was full of motivation. After everything was done, Charlene finally saw the man's appearance. He's so charming. Even though the man was unconscious, that face, even though it wasn't very handsome, was filled with endless temptation to Charlene. This skin is so good. Wah, so handsome. Charlene checked again, but did not find where the man was injured. Instead, she blushed and would never forget it for the rest of her life. This man from head to toe exuded strength. You're lucky, such a handsome man. Charlene found a blanket and covered the man's body. Before leaving, she did not forget to touch the man's body before returning to her room to sleep. This night, Charlene was destined to be excited and happy. Picking up a man in the middle of the night, not only was he handsome, but he also had a good figure. No matter which aspect it was, Charlene was infatuated with him. Those muscular men, handsome men, compared to this man, were on a completely different level. After Charlene fell asleep, the moonlight shone down. The man lying on the sofa slowly opened his eyes, turned over and sat up, and couldn't help but laugh bitterly. I didn't expect that I would return to Earth in this way. This man was none other than Lin Fei, who suffered a super huge terrorist attack in the Cave of Nothingness. At the crucial moment, he entered that door, but he also fainted. Lin Fei did not know how long he was unconscious. The moment he hit the opposite side, Lin Fei was considered to have woken up, but he did not last long before fainting again. The reason was that his physical body was seriously injured. Luckily, I returned to Earth, and I'm still in EC, the place where I left. Lin Fei squinted his eyes, looking at the layout of the house. A sense of familiarity came back. This is Earth. This is East Sea. Lin Fei took a deep breath and began to check his body. Actually, when Charlene brought him back to the house, he had actually woken up, but it was not a suitable time to wake up. If not, he might scare the girl. Lin Fei had been pretending to be unconscious. Even if he was seriously injured, pretending to be unconscious was not something anyone could see. Don't forget, Lin Fei was an immortal expert, the kind that had reached a bottleneck, and he was also the infinite emperor of the infinite empire. Lin Fei was also shocked by the girl's current development. Back then, the girl did not seem to be so developed. Lin Fei even wondered what he would do if this girl couldn't control herself. Just thinking about it made him feel awkward. I didn't expect the infinite divine body to be so serious when I was unconscious, almost to the point of collapse. The energy in my body was completely exhausted, and the river of space-time completely collapsed. Lin Fei laughed bitterly. The losses were heavy. Apart from these, the storage rings on his body were also shattered. It was really a move back to the past. Little Devil. Lin Fei tried to contact Little Devil. There was no movement at all. He tried calling out dozens of times, but Little Devil was like a stone sinking into the sea, not moving at all. Lin Fei's expression turned a little ugly. This time, I really paid a huge price. The only thing he could see was this infinite, divine body. Although it was quite painful, thinking about being able to come back alive, it was already very fortunate. Wasn't it just some external things? He could get them back sooner or later. After checking again, Lin Fei lifted the blanket, only to find that he was naked. He couldn't help but laugh bitterly again. Without the storage ring, it's really troublesome. Shaking his head, Lin Fei quickly found something useful. A calendar. The calendar showed the time on the calendar. I didn't expect that after I left, only 6 years have passed in this world. This is still acceptable. Lin Fei laughed. Chapter 3806. 6 years. More or less. Lin Fei could still accept it. He was used to hundreds or thousands of years. 6 years on Earth was really no different from a snap of the fingers. Before returning, Lin Fei's only worry was that hundreds or even thousands of years might have passed on Earth during the hundreds of millions of years in the other world. That would be depressing. He was afraid that he wouldn't be able to find any sense of familiarity. Fortunately, it was only 6 years, not too long nor too short. It was just right. 6 years have passed. Donghai has changed a lot. Lin Fei pushed open the window and looked at the tall buildings outside, the corner of his mouth slightly raised. Although I paid a huge price, at least I'm back. This is the place that I miss every day. Back in Donghai, everything would be easy. The thing that he was most worried about was also over. Lin Fei sat on the sofa again and lay down. He didn't leave under the cover of the night, not to mention anything else. Just going out with his current appearance was really embarrassing. He wasn't that hardcore to the extent of running around. Let's sleep first. Lin Fei was indeed tired. Charlene, you really weren't dreaming. In the morning, Charlene came out in pink pajamas. Seeing the handsome man sleeping on the sofa again, she realized that she didn't dream last night. She really brought back a man, and a very elegant man. It could be said that this was the most elegant man that Charlene had ever seen in her life. Those big stars were obviously lacking compared to him. Charlene leaned on the door. Her heartbeat couldn't help but speed up as she stared blankly. Unfortunately, he will leave today. I don't know when I will see him again. A thought popped up. How good would it be if he could stay? Charlene thought, not to mention anything else. Just looking at him every day is such an eye-pleasing thing. Charlene just stared at the man on the sofa like this. Beauty, sorry to disturb you. Isn't it very impolite to stare at someone like this? Ah. Charlene was entranced. When she came back to her senses, she realized that this man had woken up without her knowing. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if you've recovered or not. Xia Lin was quick-witted. Also, you're a man. Can you not be so petty? After saying that, Charlene ran to the washroom, disappointingly. How embarrassing. Closing the door, Charlene covered her face, her entire face turning red. On the sofa outside, he knew it the moment Charlene came out. As an immortal realm expert, not even the slightest movement could escape his divine consciousness. When the other party was entranced, Lin Fei teased her a little. He felt that this beauty called Xia Lin was quite interesting. Not long after, Charlene walked out again, but did not dare to look at her. To be honest, Xia Lin was rather timid. Being able to bring a man back was already a very courageous thing. Beauty, can you find me some clothes? I don't look good like this. Lin Fei smiled and pointed at himself. Charlene laughed, so you know it's not good. Wait here, I'll go find it. Charlene came out again with a set of clothes, including underwear. You're lucky this was left behind by my best friend. Try it on. If it doesn't fit, I can't do anything about it. Thanks. Lin Fei reached out to receive the clothes. When Lin Fei changed into the clothes, his luck was not bad. It was very fitting, just that it was a little too formal. This was a set of work clothes. A white shirt on the top and trousers on the bottom. A standard salesman attire. So handsome. Charlene retreated for a moment. When she came out and saw the other party had changed, she was immediately mesmerized. His shoulders perfectly supported the clothes. The size was just right. Especially his temperament, even though he was dressed the same, he gave off a different feeling. Those who did not know would think that he was the boss of a company. You can't be some rich second generation, right? Charlene asked foolishly. After the other party changed his clothes, his aura changed greatly, causing Charlene to be unable to adapt for a moment. Lin Fei did not ask and knew why Charlene would ask that. Even though he did not release his aura, after all, he walked step by step. His life form became different, naturally giving off a strong feeling. Beauty, have you seen such a down and out rich second generation? Lin Fei smiled bitterly. If I said I'm an orphan, would you believe me? Orphan? Charlene really did not dare to believe it. No matter how she looked at it, it did not look like it. All right, my name is Charlene. Thank you for helping me scare those guys away last night. Charlene did not continue asking, walking over and extending her hand. Lin Fei, an unemployed vagrant. Lin Fei extended his hand and shook it lightly. I'm still in a daze about what happened last night. The atmosphere became awkward for a moment. I see that you're older than me. I'll call you Brother Lin, you don't mind, right? Charlene asked. I don't mind, I even feel that I'm young. Lin Fei smiled. At his age, being called brother was indeed an advantage. Charlene smiled sweetly. Even though this was the first time she heard his name, she did not know why she did not feel nervous or unfamiliar in front of this Lin Fei. Brother Lin, you said that you're unemployed. I just happen to have something on hand that is suitable for you. Charlene said, I wonder if you're interested. Charlene was about to admire herself. With a flash of inspiration, he thought of an idea, a chance to see each other often. Lin Fei was very surprised. Actually, he was prepared to leave. He had not returned for 6 years. Everything had changed. He was prepared to look around. Isn't that bad? There's nothing bad about it. Charlene was overjoyed and said with a serious face, I think that you should be born for this line of work. Then it's settled. Stay here for a few days. I'll go back and inform some people. I'll bring you to work in a few days. It was rare for Charlene to act first and report later. Actually, she was very nervous. This was the first time she was so daring to do such a thing. Lin Fei smiled. You're a girl. Aren't you afraid that I'll play tricks at night if you let me stay at your house? Charlene said seriously, I don't think you will. Moreover, if you really play tricks, I won't lose out. Charlene left. Because she was talking to Lin Fei, she was delayed for a while, so she had to go to work immediately. I didn't expect that I, the great emperor, would actually be schemed against by a little girl. Interesting, really interesting. Lin Fei changed his mind. He was completely sick of fighting and killing, but the current situation was quite good. Picking up the key, Lin Fei also chose to go out. This time he was going out for a walk. He could not always stay in the house. Chapter 3807. Jinshan District. Charlene's neighborhood. At night, Lin Fei couldn't see anything. When it was daytime, he realized that this neighborhood was very ordinary. Compared to the surrounding neighborhoods, there was really nothing comparable. After leaving the district, Lin Fei walked around casually. 6 years had passed, and his impression of many places had changed, becoming unfamiliar. For a moment, Lin Fei suspected that he had come to the wrong place. I still need to adjust my mentality. After all, this is China. Lin Fei withdrew his gaze. The environment here is too bad. There is almost no reiki of heaven and earth. In the past, he might not have felt anything. But now, Lin Fei's status was different, and so was his vision. Earth was really a very ordinary world. Shaking his head, Lin Fei continued walking. Unknowingly, he had arrived at a park. The heaven and earth spiritual chi here is not bad. Lin Fei didn't say where he was going. He was just walking around aimlessly. He didn't expect to come to this park. This park was not small, and there were traces of heaven and earth spiritual chi drifting in the air. Of course, to Lin Fei, this heaven and earth spiritual chi was not attractive at all. Using it to heal his injuries was like trying to put out a cart of firewood with a cup of water. Since he was already here, Lin Fei decided to take a look around. In the park, there was a large lake, and around the lake were trees. This place is really not bad. It's just that the heaven and earth spiritual energy is lacking. Lin Fei smiled. He didn't absorb the heaven and earth spiritual chi here. His infinite God body was on the verge of collapse. It would take a long time for him to recover, unless he encountered some heavenly treasures. Lin Fei wasn't in a hurry. After all, he really didn't care about anything with his current strength. Even if the river of space-time collapsed and his infinite divine body was severely injured to the point of collapse, if someone wanted to deal with him, no matter how many came, they would all die. Interesting, there are actually people practicing martial arts here. Coming out of the woods by the lake, Lin Fei saw a young girl practicing martial arts in the woods by the lake. With just one glance, Lin Fei could tell that this girl had a good foundation. In his lifetime, he should become a good player. As for higher realms, it was almost impossible. With the restriction of the spiritual chi of heaven and earth, he would never be able to make any progress in his life. Sigh. Lin Fei sighed softly. No one knew better than him that the spiritual energy on earth was thin. To any martial artist, it would be a nightmare. There was no way forward. You're an interesting young man. After Lin Fei sighed, an old voice sounded in Lin Fei's ears. Unbeknownst to him, an old man in his 60s had appeared beside him. Lin Fei casually glanced at him and found that this old man was also a martial artist. Although he looked to be in his 60s, his strength was extraordinary. What can I do for you? Lin Fei did not speak politely just because the other party was an old man. He had been doing as he pleased for a long time, and it wouldn't change just because of an old man. Chun Mingshan was originally accompanying his daughter to practice martial arts when he inadvertently saw a young man. At first glance, he could tell that the other party was not ordinary. Although he didn't look young, his physical fitness was too good. As a martial artist, Chun Mingshan still had a certain level of insight. I'm from the Chun family martial arts dojo. Chun Mingshan smiled. I see that your physical fitness isn't bad. I wonder if you're interested in learning martial arts at our Chun family martial arts dojo. Chun Mingshan rarely took the initiative to recruit people, but today this young man was too extraordinary. Although he looked unremarkable, every step he took carried a trace of majesty. A normal person might not be able to see it, but to a martial artist, he was like the sun in the night. If it wasn't for the fact that he didn't have a trace of martial arts on him, Chun Mingshan would have suspected that he was a martial artist. This was the 21st century. Martial arts training had long since lost its former glory. Taekwondo, karate, and judo were constantly taking over martial artist territory. As a result, the martial artist circle was extremely small. The appearance of a good seedling was enough to move the hearts of martial artists. You want me to learn martial arts? Lin Fei smiled. Right, learn martial arts. Chun Mingshan nodded. Your physical fitness is very good. It would be a pity if you don't learn martial arts. Although you started late, with this old man's personal guidance, it may be difficult to enter the dark realm, but becoming an expert in the light gene realm shouldn't be a problem. Lin Fei also had nothing better to do. Hearing this, he couldn't help but be curious. There's also a difference in realms. Chun Mingshan saw that he had attracted the other party's attention, smiled, and said, Of course, we martial artists naturally have a realm. According to a long time ago, it was chi cultivation, but now, in our martial arts circle, it is more detailed. After saying all this, Chun Mingshan's mouth was dry. For a good seedling, it was worth it. The young man in front of him had a good quality that even surprised Chun Mingshan. If he was willing to join the Chun family martial arts dojo, with a bit of training, he would be able to pull in an expert for the dojo. Today was different from the past. Having a powerful light gene expert was already very good. Who would dare to be picky? Young man, what do you think? Chun Mingshan smiled. He believed that, as a modern person who didn't have the dream of becoming a martial arts expert, normal people don't have this chance. Lin Fei smiled. Forget it. I have no interest in learning martial arts. Rejected. Chun Mingshan was in disbelief. One must know that if today's matter were to spread in the martial arts circle, who knows how many people would want to take him as their master. But now this young man actually rejected. You, how could you refuse? Lin Fei said lightly, why can't I refuse? Don't tell me learning martial arts can make you immortal? If it was possible, old man, your body wouldn't have any internal injuries left behind. Smelly brat, how can you speak to my grandfather like that? With a shout, a cold wind blew. No, it should be called a fragrant wind. Shan, who allowed you to make a move? Chun Mingshan anxiously reached out to grab, but he was still a step too late. Brat, quickly, lie down! Lin Fei casually stretched out his hand, opened his fingers, and grabbed the other party's ankle. Just like that, he held in the air and looked at her indifferently. You're a girl. Learning martial arts is not for you to bully others. Splash! A figure streaked across, falling into the lake not far away, splashing water everywhere. Chun Mingshan's eyes widened, unable to believe the scene in front of him. His granddaughter's attack was easily blocked by the opponent, and the strength of that kick was at least 200 to 300 jin. Not only that, the opponent easily threw his granddaughter into the lake. The distance between them was almost 70 to 80 jin. Chun Mingshan didn't have time to do anything. He immediately went to pull his granddaughter up. By the time they reached the shore, that young man was nowhere to be seen. Chapter 3808. Grandpa, why didn't you do anything? That guy bullied me. Look, I'm soaked. Chun Shanshan was soaked from head to toe. She was in a sorry state. She stomped her feet and was about to cry. She didn't expect that she would be thrown into the lake just because she wanted to teach that guy a lesson. Chun Shanshan was a great beauty. Didn't you see it? She had a pair of long legs that were almost as long and straight as a compass. Therefore, Chun Shanshan practiced a powerful leg technique that increased the power of her long legs at least to a certain extent. But even so, he had suffered a great loss at the hands of the other party. It was truly a disgrace to him. Shanshan, what did I tell you? Chun Mingshan's tone was serious. You're lucky this time. We almost got into trouble. Chun Shanshan couldn't understand. He's just strong. What trouble could he get into? The proud Chun Shanshan thought that she had underestimated her opponent. That guy was so quiet that she let her guard down. Otherwise, she wouldn't have made a fool of herself. Not that. Chun Mingshan shook his head. He was right about the last sentence. I suspect that he might be a medical expert. Ah, Grandpa, you really have an internal injury. Why didn't I know? It was because that guy was talking nonsense and cursing her grandfather for having an internal injury that Chun Shanshan was so angry that she wanted to teach him a lesson. This young man pretended to be arrogant from the beginning. Chun Shanshan was very unhappy. Her grandpa was an old man in the East Ocean martial arts circle. Many people would be envious of him for his grandpa to recruit him. But this guy rejected her. Chun Mingshan sighed and said, Yes, even your grandmother didn't know about this internal injury. It was left behind when your grandfather fought with a martial arts master. Even though he killed that person, it left behind an internal injury. This internal injury is very vicious. It has been like this for 20 or 30 years. Otherwise, your grandfather would have a great chance to break through to the transcendent realm and become a guru. Chun Shanshan was smart since she was a child. Ever since she started learning martial arts, she had been curious about why her grandpa rarely used martial arts. Now that he thought about it, he understood the reason. Grandpa, why didn't you say so earlier? Now that technology is so advanced, your internal injuries can definitely be cured. Chun Shanshan said anxiously. That guy was probably just guessing. It's not a big deal. Chun Mingshan said, Forget about your grandfather's internal injuries. It'll be hard for him to recover in this lifetime. On the other hand, your talent isn't bad. It's a pity our family's cultivation method. Oh, right. If you see that kid in the future, don't act rashly. That guy could easily throw you away. He's at least a peak clear jing expert. The peak of clear strength. Chun Shanshan looked ahead as if she was trying to find him. I see. As an experienced person, Chun Mingshan sighed in his heart. Others might not know his granddaughter's temper, but he knew it very well. Otherwise, why would she join the crime squad? It's good for him to suffer. After all, he is a master at the peak of clear strength. Lin Fei left the park. Chun Mingshan's words were still lingering in his mind. Interesting, it's really interesting. It turns out that there are martial arts masters in Huaxia, and they are divided into several realms. Of course, Lin Fei wouldn't learn martial arts. No matter what martial arts it was, in his eyes, it was no different from trash. Because of this, Lin Fei directly refused. Practicing martial arts was out of the question in this lifetime. At noon, Lin Fei went to a KFC. It had to be said that the taste was even better. Lin Fei gradually got used to it, so he really did return to Earth. As for the money, it was obviously left behind by Xiaolin. After eating, Lin Fei continued to stroll around Jiangbei District. There were several districts in Donghai, and Jiangbei District was the largest. Jiangbei District, downtown area. Silver Sky Tower. Located in the downtown area, there were many commercial buildings around. Xia Lin worked here in Silver Sky Tower. Yo, Shaolin, how rare. You actually recommended a model. 36th floor. In the office, on the leather chair, Bai Shengnan looked at her subordinate, who was also her best friend, with a playful expression. Tell me the truth. Are you having an affair with this model? Bai Shengnan continued to tease her. As Xia Lin's best friend, Bai Shengnan knew this best friend very well. Although she seemed to be in a hurry, she was actually timid and rarely interacted with men. But this time, she actually took the initiative to recommend a model, and a male model at that. It was indeed surprising. It was hard not to be suspicious. Sister Sheng, don't joke around. Xia Lin said in a low voice, I just think he's not bad. After all, our company has invested a lot this time, and I also hope to strive for perfection. Bai Shengnan, like his name, had short hair and looked valiant and heroic, very androgynous. You've really changed. You've become smarter, and now you know how to use the company as an excuse. Bai Shengnan continued to chuckle. Sister Shengnan, I'm really doing this for the company. Xia Lin was even more embarrassed. All right, I won't tease you any more. Bai Shengnan chuckled. I can give him a chance. When the time comes, how he chooses will depend on his own ability. Xia Lin said joyfully, he'll definitely win. Compared to him, those models are on a completely different level. I believe that our company will make the best choice by using him. You're so confident. Then I'll really have to pay close attention tomorrow. Bai Shengnan said with a smile, but she was a little worried. Xia Lin's personality was one that was easy to deceive. Therefore, Bai Shengnan decided to keep an eye on her. With her judgment of people, she had never misjudged them. If that person wasn't good, Bai Shengnan didn't mind using some means to make the other party back off. On the way back to the Golden Hill district, Lin Fei sneezed. I've just returned to Earth. Could it be that someone is cursing me behind my back? That shouldn't be. At the end of the day, Lin Fei's mentality had changed a lot. Where did you run off to? I thought you left. After entering the district, as soon as he opened the door, a figure flashed out with an anxious look on his face. Xia Lin rarely came back so early. Today, she had pushed away her business because she wanted to go home and see if this handsome and elegant man had left. When Xia Lin came back, she didn't see Lin Fei. At that moment, she was really depressed. Fortunately, he had taken the spare door key with him, which more or less made Xia Lin less disappointed. However, her mood also became very bad. Until the door opened. I don't have much money on me. Where can I go? Besides, there's someone here who's paying for my food and lodging. Lin Fei said with a smile. Xia Lin waved the shovel in her hand. Who's paying for your food and lodging? How dare you say that? There are clothes on the sofa for you. Try them on and see if they fit. Actually, she didn't say that. Lin Fei saw the clothes on the sofa. Chapter 3809. Xia Lin's eyesight was still very good, even though she only brought back the most ordinary short-sleeved shirt and jeans. After Lin Fei wore it, after matching it, his aura changed quite a bit. It looks good. Lin Fei had forgotten how long it had been since he last wore a short-sleeved shirt and jeans. It was something that only existed in his memory. Thank you. Xia Lin smiled. You saved me. I only helped you buy some things. This is what I should do. Your food is very good. Xia Lin's culinary skills were indeed not bad. After all, there were too few girls who knew how to cook. Average. Xia Lin smiled. Eat more if you like it. Oh, right. Why were you alone in the alley? If you have anything, you can tell me. Such a man. Xia Lin always felt that he was full of secrets. A woman's intuition. There were very few times when he was wrong. Do you believe that I'm alone? At least that's the case here. Lin Fei said seriously. Xia Lin was a little confused. What here? There. Could there be many other places? She couldn't understand. For a moment, Xia Lin didn't know what to say. Oh, right, tomorrow you have to work hard, or else I'll become a joke. Xia Lin decided to change the topic. Lin Fei smiled. I'm quite curious. What kind of job did you find for me? Model. Lin Fei suspected that he heard wrongly. You didn't hear wrongly, making me a model. What a joke. Xia Lin explained. Brother Lin, I feel that you can really be a model because your aura is too good. Aura. Lin Fei smiled. He was an immortal expert, and a top-notch one at that. His aura would definitely be different. This was even when he intentionally restrained his aura. If he released his aura, not many people would be able to withstand it. It's normal. Lin Fei smiled. I'm someone who was an emperor before. How can my aura not be good? Xia Lin burst out laughing. You said you've been an emperor before? I'm dying of laughter. Look at the situation now. You must be dreaming. Lin Fei laughed. Not only have I been an emperor, but I've also been a city lord, a king, and I've even killed tens of millions of people. Charlene burst into laughter. Brag, continue to brag. Lin Fei shook his head. Sigh, now no one believes the truth. Xia Lin suppressed her laughter with much difficulty. Then, do I think that my luck is very good, that I burned incense in my previous life to be able to meet a great emperor like you? Lin Fei laughed. You can understand it that way. Maybe if you work hard, you might even become a concubine. The next morning, Lin Fei was woken up by Charlene. Even though he had only been back for 2 days, he liked this kind of leisurely life. After washing up, the two of them went out one after the other. Not bad, there's still a car. As a white-collar worker, Charlene naturally had a car, a white Regal. And it's a Regal. Charlene opened the car door. Can't I? Who said that this tough guy can't be driven by girls. After interacting with her for a short while, Lin Fei could tell that although Charlene was usually energetic, she was a shy person at times. Lin Fei liked to tease her when he had nothing to do. Unfortunately, I'm not a tough guy. Otherwise, I might really suit your taste. Lin Fei followed and sat in. The car was filled with a faint fragrance. Charlene snorted and stepped on the accelerator, wanting to embarrass Lin Fei. In the end, Lin Fei was as steady as Mount Tai and looked over with a smile. Your driving skills are not bad. I'm ignoring you. Half an hour later, Charlene drove to the basement of Silver Sky Building. To be honest, your car is just SOO. Lin Fei came down and said, I'm very good, okay. Charlene closed the car door. Her face was a little embarrassed. I'll show you what driving skills are like. Lin Fei smiled. Let's not talk about other things. Driving a 240 is very stable. I can even show you how to drive with one hand. I remember that everyone likes to call me God of Cars. Brag, continue to brag. Charlene rolled her eyes. When we go up later, remember not to brag. I can't afford to lose my face. Silver Sky Building. Beautiful women were everywhere. Lin Fei followed Charlene up and saw many beauties that scored above 80 points. Oh, right. What does your company do? Lin Fei asked curiously. Our company is a fashion designer. This time, our company is going to introduce a new style of clothing. You're lucky. Our company needs models. Charlene explained. Fashion design. That's high class. The elevator opened. They arrived at the 36th floor. This floor was where Charlene's company was. Brother Lin, you rest here first. I'll go and inform them. Charlene brought Lin Fei to the resting room. After informing him, she went out. Lin Fei sat down casually. The door to the resting room opened. Another male model came in. This model was about 185 meters tall. He had an imposing appearance and a strong aura. Who are you? The one who brought the model in was a woman in her 40s. She was quite pretty, but her expression was not very good. Xue Anqi was a designer from Meishin Company. Her position in the company was not low. Unexpectedly seeing a man in the resting room, Xue Meiqi's expression did not look good. Everyone knew that not everyone could enter the resting room today. Lin Fei did not bother about it. He quietly drank his water and did not look at the other party. I'm asking you a question. The male model's gaze turned cold. He stared at Lin Fei and said, Lin Fei took a sip and put it down. Is this place yours? Can't I even sit down and drink my tea? Xue Meiqi was furious. I don't care who you are. Get out now, Xue Meiqi said coldly. Otherwise, I'll call security. Yes, call security. The male model followed. Who knows if this person is a thief? Today was the day that Meishin Company would finalize the male model. As the director, Xue Meiqi naturally did not want other men to be here. Director, I'm sorry. This is my friend. If there's anything wrong, I'll apologize on his behalf. The door opened again. A figure walked in. It was none other than Charlene. Xue Meiqi's tone sank. Assistant Xia, how many times have I told you that the company is important? Don't bring unimportant people in. Why did you bring a friend here? I'm sorry. Charlene was an assistant in the company. In terms of position, she could not be compared to the director, Xue Meiqi. Hurry up and let your friend leave. Xue Meiqi said. Lin Fei was brought here by Xia Lin, and he was here for an interview. This was a rare opportunity for him. Director, my friend is here for an interview. Charlene was unyielding for once. Chapter 3810. As an assistant, Charlene had always been viewed as an enemy by Director Xue. Although Charlene and Bai Shangnan had a good relationship, very few people in the company knew about it. Moreover, Charlene was not the kind of person who liked to bully others. Interview? What interview? Why didn't I know about it? Xue Meiqi's face darkened, and she said coldly, What a joke. This time, Xue Meiqi had guaranteed that the male model would be selected. Actually, today's visit was just to go through the motions, to give it to someone else. Don't even think about it. As the only designer, Xue Meiqi had a high influence in the company. Even Bai Shangnan had to be polite to her. Especially for these fashion design companies, a powerful chief designer could determine the future of the company. This was true. Just look at those luxury brands. In the company, Xue Meiqi had a lot of power. She never took the people in the company seriously. An assistant dared to fight with her for the male model position. She was really looking for trouble. I've mentioned it to manager Bai. Charlene's aura was not as strong as Xue Meiqi's. Her cold voice made her speak softly. Nonsense. Xue Meiqi said, You're just a small assistant. Instead of doing your job, you want to meddle in this kind of thing. Do you think your friend can be a male model? Xue Meiqi had a lot of hostility toward Charlene because she had wanted her friend to take this position. In the end, it was taken away by this little girl. All this time, Xue Meiqi had been holding a grudge. Today, she had finally found the other party's weakness. If she did not teach Charlene a lesson, she would not be Director Xue Meiqi. My friend is a male model. He's better than anyone else. You can't belittle him like this. Charlene was anxious. She had not known Lin Fei for a long time. But in Charlene's heart, Lin Fei was the most handsome man. Director Xue, why talk so much nonsense with this little girl? Just let her go. The male model laughed and pointed at Lin Fei. As for this one, just let the security take him away. Lin Fei kept drinking his tea with a smile. One look was all it took to understand. This male model and Director Xue had a beneficial relationship. At the same time, Director Xue's position in the company was not low. Are you sure you want to point at me like that? Lin Fei put down the disposable cup. Because no one has ever dared to point at me like that. The male model laughed. You talk big. So what if I point at you? Believe it or not, you'll be dragged out by the security guards and thrown out like garbage. The male model really didn't care about what she said. In any case, he was in the modeling industry. How could a wild model threaten him? Just thinking about it made him feel amused. You are asking for a beating. Lin Fei said seriously, you should be glad that I've been cultivating my body and mind all these years. If it was when I was younger, I can guarantee that you'd be dead. The male model laughed. Ha 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 ha, this is the funniest joke I've heard this year. Bang! As soon as he finished speaking, the male model slammed into the wall and collapsed, curling up like a shrimp. Ah, it hurts. The intense pain made the male model turn pale. He tried a few times, but he was unable to stand up. Wow, is this a scam? Lin Fei grinned. Don't you think there's something wrong with your brain for doing this? There's so much distance between us, and you still have the nerve to do this. You look like a dog, but now it seems like there's something wrong with you. Xue Meiqi was so scared that she took a step back. Her mind went blank. What happened? Why did the male model hit the wall? It didn't look good. Charlene blinked. She couldn't believe what had just happened. No one saw what had happened. Anyway, it was the male model hitting the wall. You hit me. The male model got up, but he didn't get up. He curled up and roared. Lin Fei smiled. Idiot, I hit you. Which eye of yours saw it? Was it your left eye or your right eye? Tell me honestly. That eye, the male model didn't see who did it. How could he say that? Anyway, you hit me. The male model insisted. Who else could it be other than you? Charlene was unhappy. You're lying. Charlene said angrily. My brother Lin was standing there. How could I hit you? Do you think everyone is blind? Yeah, you don't even blush when you lie. Lin Fei laughed. I'm a grown man. I didn't even move. How could I hit you? How dare you say that? I think you're just trying to scam me. Xue Meiqi came back to her senses. Security, security. No matter what, Xue Meiqi was sure that this kid was up to no good. If it wasn't for him, the male model wouldn't have hit the wall. Now that he was like this, he wouldn't be able to get past the manager. It would be hard for Xue Meiqi not to hold a grudge. You can't call security. Charlene glared at Xue Meiqi. Director, my brother Lin didn't do anything wrong. Why should I call security? No matter what, Charlene would stand on Lin Fei's side. Your friend hit my man. He has to take responsibility. Xue Meiqi wouldn't let him off so easily. Bang! With that thought, Xue Meiqi felt a sharp pain in her body. She followed the male model's footsteps and hit the wall. She was lying on top of the male model. Here comes another one, Lin Fei said exaggeratedly. Charlene blinked and almost screamed. Ghost! If there wasn't a ghost, how could this happen? The two of them were alive and well. but they actually slammed into the wall by themselves. This was really unbelievable. Xue Meiqi was dizzy from the hit. Lying on top of the male model, she was in a sorry state. You, what did you do to me? Xue Meiqi screamed. Did I? Lin Fei laughed. You were the one who scammed me. I didn't touch you. I'm not interested in an old woman like you. Who's an old woman? I'll kill you. Xue Meiqi was provoked. She wanted to get up, but she couldn't exert any strength. She could only lie on top of the male model. Old woman, get up if you have the ability. In society, there are scammers like you that make good people lose confidence. Lin Fei said seriously. Don't worry, I won't help you up. I'm not a rich second generation. My hands are empty. I'll have to trouble you to continue acting. Charlene burst into laughter. I didn't scam you. You're talking nonsense. You hurt me, Xue Meiqi said angrily. Security. Lin, you should take note of this kind of thing. It'll be good for everyone to be careful in the future. Otherwise, this old woman will scam you. Lin Fei said. Charlene didn't come back to her senses for a while, but she soon recovered. Unfortunately, Charlene didn't have a chance to take a video. The movement inside attracted the security guards outside. 3 tall and burly men pushed the door open and entered. Their eyes were sharp, and they should have been soldiers. It's this guy. Arrest him. Xue Meiqi didn't care about her embarrassment. Chapter 38:11. 3 security guards pushed the door open and entered. Many people followed behind them. They were all employees of the company, and they peeked inside. Everyone could not help but want to snicker. Ha, I'm so happy. That old witch has such a day. Who knows what's going on? So the old witch also likes to eat young grass. In Meishin Company, everyone did not like this director Xue Meiqi. She liked to put on airs and would be scolded for doing something wrong. Some of the young people who just came to work were scolded to tears. There were also many who gave speeches. Now that they saw the embarrassing scene of the old witch, they were overjoyed. Some even secretly took pictures with their phones. It was a rare scene. They had to keep it. Assistant Xia, your friend has to come with us. The 3 security guards were still very polite. No. Charlene stood in front of Lin Fei. Brother Lin did nothing. Why do you have to take my friend away? Moreover, Brother Lin is here for an interview. If you take him away and the manager blames you, won't you bear the responsibility? Xue Meiqi was helped up by a security guard. She was still bent over and felt very uncomfortable. Don't listen to him. Arrest him first. No matter what, Xue Meiqi did not intend to let this guy go. Assistant Xia, you're making things difficult for us. One of the security guards said. We just want your friend to come with us. Charlene was very clear about what happened today. If Brother Lin was taken away with Xue Meiqi's small stomach, she would definitely take revenge on Lin Fei. No, unless the manager agrees. Charlene still defended Lin Fei. Arrest him immediately. Xue Meiqi said sternly, You're right to hit someone. If you don't arrest him, prepare to get lost tomorrow. In order to let the security guards arrest this guy, Xue Meiqi did not care about her face. Not only would she teach that kid a lesson today, she would also teach Charlene a lesson. With every move, Xue Meiqi had a plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. With this trump card, the security guards hesitated for a moment and decided to arrest him. If this was said by someone else, they might not care. However, Xue Meiqi was the director and indeed had the right to ask them to get lost. It was not easy to be a security guard in Jiangbei district. Brother, come with us obediently. One of the security guards walked up and so did the other. It looked like a pincer attack. Arrest him. Arrest him. The male model did not dare to move. Everyone knew that Director Xue Meiqi was angry now. So, the male model blamed his anger on Lin Fei. No matter what, he didn't want him to end well. Director Xue, Since when can a director like you chase someone away? I remember this is a matter for the Human Resources Department. Tell me what's going on. The security guards had yet to make a move. A voice rang out. After that, a capable woman in a suit walked in. It was none other than Bai Shangnan. Who do you think you are? Director Shue's words are nothing to you. The male model was so angry that he didn't even look at her. Xue Meiqi also wanted to say something, but when she turned her head, her expression suddenly changed. Manager, Bai, it's a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. Xue Meiqi was very arrogant in the company. Sometimes she didn't even give Bai Shengnan any face, but there was a reason for that. And now she said that she was chasing the security guards away, which was overstepping her authority. Manager, Bai, you have to judge this with me. Charlene said first. My friend was sitting there peacefully, but Director Xue and her friend slandered my friend for beating them up and even wanted to arrest my friend. I can't accept this. Charlene was trying to introduce a job to Lin Fei. In the end, it turned out like this. Charlene was full of anger. Bai Shengnan had short hair and looked very capable. In the company, she could be said to be the law. Everyone trusted her. Bai Shengnan was surprised by what happened here. However, seeing Xue Meiqi's embarrassed appearance, she was still very happy in her heart. She couldn't help but look at the young man a few more times. This young man looked very ordinary. Temperament? He didn't seem to have any temperament. He really looked very ordinary. Bai Shangnan couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. She didn't know what Charlene was thinking. Manager, Bai, he must have done this. Xue Meiqi said, if he didn't do it, would we frame him? And Assistant Xia. She deliberately brought people in to cause damage. Maybe she wanted to steal my design drawings. I suggest we call the police. This move was even more ruthless. Beating someone up might be a small matter. At most, they would be detained for a few days. But when it came to commercial crimes, it was completely different. My brother Lin wouldn't do such a thing. Charlene was also anxious. However, Lin Fei said indifferently, why bother? Whether he beat someone up or not, isn't it clear by looking at the surveillance? What's there to argue about? Only then did everyone notice that there was a surveillance camera in the corner. Let's look at the surveillance camera then. Xue Meiqi dared to say this because she knew there was surveillance camera. Manager, Bai, when the results come out and prove that Assistant Xia was lying, I think it's best to fire her to prevent our company from suffering any losses. This time, Xue Meiqi was determined to have Charlene, the assistant. Charlene was very angry. She didn't expect Director Xue Meiqi to be so ruthless and use this matter to get rid of her. To be honest, Charlene was still very worried. At first, because she was anxious, she didn't think about the surveillance camera. But now it's okay. I've never beaten anyone up before. How could I not know? Lin Fei said to Charlene with a smile. This smile gave Charlene an infinite sense of security. All the worries in her heart disappeared in an instant. This man's smile is very alluring. Bai Shangnan also noticed and couldn't help but be a little surprised. This man had some tricks up his sleeve. One look and it was obvious that Xue Meiqi and the male model were in a bad situation. It seemed normal for them to be beaten up. But this man said that he didn't beat them up before. Then, Director Xue, you can look at the surveillance camera. If Assistant Xia is lying, I'll definitely deal with her. But if you're slandering someone, you have to apologize to Charlene. Bai Shangnan said in a businesslike manner. After all, we're all in the same company. This person was indeed called here for the interview by me. The people below probably didn't inform you in time. Xue Meiqi didn't think that she was wrong. The person who beat them up must be this guy. If I'm really spouting nonsense about this matter, I'll apologize to Assistant Xia. Xue Meiqi said. She had won for sure. Actually, Xue Meiqi had won more than half the battle to make Bai Shengnan agree to it. When Charlene left, she was completely capable of arranging for her own people to be her assistants. Bai Xingnan wouldn't say a word and would even thank her. Go and bring the surveillance camera over. We'll all be together, Bai Xingnan said to a security guard. The security guard obeyed and went out to get the surveillance records. Chapter 38:12. Bai Xingnan's arrival put an end to the whole thing. Who was right and who was wrong? They had to watch the surveillance footage to know. Bai Xingnan liked to see Director Xue being humiliated. She could tell what was going on. That young man, named Lin Fei, must have really made a move. The only thing that Bai Xingnan was curious about was that this young man was able to keep his composure. Under normal circumstances, when the security guard went to get the surveillance footage, that guy would definitely feel uneasy. There were only 4 of them in the lounge. Director Xue and the male model definitely wouldn't accuse anyone wrongly. Bai Xingnan couldn't wait to see the surveillance footage. What exactly was going on here? Manager, I've brought the surveillance footage back. The security guard returned quickly with a copy of the footage in his hand. Xue Meiqi couldn't wait to see Charlene and that man make a fool of themselves. After getting rid of Charlene, Xue Meiqi still had to put that guy in jail. She wasn't that easy to beat. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and play it. Let everyone see who did it. Xue Meiqi shouted. Bai Xingnan nodded. Go ahead. At this point, it wasn't good to say anything. Once the surveillance footage was played, everything would be revealed. It was useless to say anything now. The scene in the lounge was soon played. Charlene brought Lin Fei in first. Then Xue Meiqi and the male model came in. Watch carefully. Xue Meiqi sneered. The scene of the male model flying out was about to come out. Charlene couldn't help but feel nervous. The truth was about to come out. She even stole a glance at Lin Fei. She realized that he was very calm and had a smile on his face. How could this be? The male model was the first to shout. Impossible, why would I hit myself? There's nothing wrong with me. The next scene was played. Everyone was stunned. The male model was dumbfounded. The sneer on Xue Meiqi's face froze. How could this be? It turned out that the scene on the screen was the male model punching himself. The next second, he hit the wall. No matter how they looked at it, it was hard to believe. It was completely inconceivable. He hit himself. He was humiliating himself. It wasn't Lin Fei who did it. It was the male model who did it. Like I said, I'm sitting so far away, why would I make a move? Lin Fei laughed. But speaking of which, the quality of your surveillance is really good. It's clear enough. The screen didn't turn black at the crucial moment. That's great. I knew that Brother Lin wouldn't hit anyone. Charlene also smiled. The worry in her heart could finally be put to rest. In fact, Lin Fei had made his move. Even if there were surveillance cameras, it was almost impossible to capture a figure, even if it was slowed down. From the very beginning, Xue Meiqi was destined to lose. Realization dawned on Bai Xingnan. So that's what happened. Old woman, you're not bad either. I couldn't tell that you have such great strength. Lin Fei smiled again. In the video, there was a scene of Xue Meiqi hitting herself. Then, it was the scene where Xue Meiqi framed Lin Fei. This is fake. They must have tampered with it. Xue Meiqi knew very well that she didn't do anything from the beginning to the end. How could she hit herself? Security, arrest him. He's the one who did it. Xue Meiqi was agitated. She couldn't accept the scene in the video. Enough. Bai Xingnan was also angry. Director Xue, this is the company. Don't be unreasonable. He was very clear about the situation. Bai Xingnan wouldn't let her continue. After being shouted at, Xue Meiqi finally calmed down. She knew that no matter what she said, it wouldn't be as real as the video. Manager, I'm a little agitated. Bai Xingnan didn't shout anymore. She said calmly, about the male model interview, let's forget about it. This male model can go back. Assistant Xia, let's forget about your friend too. Half open. No one would benefit from this. This was business as usual. I have no objections. Xue Meiqi didn't dare to get angry. Charlene opened her mouth. I have no objections either. No matter what, it was normal to make such a decision after such a thing happened in the company. Lin Fei didn't care whether he was a model or not. With his current ability, it was too easy for him to make money. Manager Bai, I don't have any objections if I didn't choose her. But this old woman seemed to have promised to apologize in person if she misunderstood Miss Ya. I really want to hear her apologize in person, Lin Fei said with a smile. You. Xue Meiqi glared at him. How could she apologize to an assistant? If Lin Fei hadn't said anything, Xue Meiqi had decided to ignore it. But now, what do you mean by you? You have to keep your promise, Lin Fei said with a smile. You're a director. If a director doesn't respect herself, I don't think you'll be any better. Charlene didn't stop him. Bai Shengnan glanced at director Xue Meiqi. Xue Meiqi knew what this glance meant. If she didn't apologize to Assistant Xia today, she might become a joke tomorrow. Maybe the whole Yintian building would know about it. Xue Meiqi knew the personalities of the staff very well. Xue Meiqi hated this guy called Lin Fei to the core. He definitely did it on purpose. Who said I won't apologize? Do I look like that kind of person? Xue Meiqi quibbled and said to Xia Lin, Assistant Xia, I've misunderstood you. I'll apologize to you now. Charlene glanced at Lin Fei. Director Xue, thank you for the surveillance camera. Otherwise, my friend wouldn't be able to explain herself. I hope you can be more careful next time. Xue Meiqi's face turned pale, but she couldn't say anything. Manager Bai was standing there. If she dared to say anything, it would definitely not be a good thing. Director Xue, you're not feeling well. Go and rest, Bai Shangnan said to Xue Meiqi. Then she said to the 3 security guards, take them to rest. Although Xue Meiqi and the male model were reluctant, they knew that Manager Bai was taking care of them. The 3 security guards took Xue Meiqi out. The lounge became quiet. Assistant Xia, please make arrangements for your friend. Don't let him affect our work, Bai Shangnan said to Charlene without looking at Lin Fei. Then she turned around and left. Got it. After Bai Shangnan left, Charlene smiled bitterly. Brother Lin, I'm really sorry. I didn't expect things to turn out like this. That Xue Meiqi really isn't a good person. It's okay. Your brother Lin really doesn't care about this, Lin Fei said with a smile. If I want to earn money, I can do it in a matter of minutes. All right, you go to work first. I'm leaving. Charlene also felt very embarrassed. By the way, Brother Lin, when you go out, be careful of that Xue Meiqi. I'm afraid she'll hold a grudge against you, Charlene said worriedly. Lin Fei smiled. What are you afraid of? It's a peaceful society now. She won't dare to mess around. A peaceful society, Charlene didn't know what to say. Chapter 3813. Inside Meishin Company. The news of director Xue Meiqi beating herself up and framing others had also quietly spread out. The employees in the company were shocked. That was ruthless. She was the director after all. Was there a need to be so petty? No one dared to say it out loud, but they discussed it in private. As the culprit, Lin Fei walked out of the Yintian building with a calm expression. Scheming against each other, this has not changed for 100 years. With Lin Fei's current eyesight, he could see most of it at a glance. It's not easy to survive in the workplace. He shook his head. Lin Fei planned to continue to stroll around the Jiangbei district. There were so many districts in Donghai, and the Jiangbei district was not small. It was not something that could be explored in a day. Bro, are you taking a car? Lin Fei walked along the roadside without any purpose. A black Volkswagen stopped next to Lin Fei. The driver was a young man. He rolled down the window and shouted at Lin Fei. No. Lin Fei shook his head. I'm very familiar with the Jiangbei district. Where are you going? The young man was very enthusiastic. I can tell at a glance that it's your first time in the Jiangbei district. In recent years, the Jiangbei district has changed too quickly. Most people who come to the Jiangbei district will lose their way if they are not careful. This point Lin Fei admitted. The Jiangbei district had indeed changed very quickly. Compared to 6 years ago, it was a huge change. Now that you mention it, I think of a place. Lin Fei suddenly smiled. Then I'll take your car. Lin Fei opened the door and sat down. To Shuiyun Street. If there was any place worthy of Lin Fei's remembrance, it would be Shuiyun Street. Because there was a lady boss who had helped him a lot in Shuiyun Street. That's right, it was the lady boss. 6 years had passed. He did not know if the lady boss was doing well. I'm familiar with Shuiyun Street. The young man chuckled. You don't know, Shuiyun Street has now become a famous night market street in the Jiangbei district. Night Market Street. Lin Fei was quite surprised. Back then, Watercloud Street was just an inconspicuous little street in the North River district. He had only found out about Watercloud Street by chance and happened to meet the lady boss. At the very least, when Lin Fei was at his lowest, it was the lady boss who helped him through the difficulties. Lin Fei would remember this for the rest of his life. Back then, he had sworn that he would repay the lady boss when he made it big in the future. Actually, there was still a bit of affection in between. Back then, the boss was only 23 years old. Now that 6 years had passed, he was only about 29 years old. Lin Fei closed his eyes and rested. Scenes of the past appeared in his mind. Not long after, the surrounding voices quieted down. Brother, we're here. Lin Fei opened his eyes and smiled. You seem to be driving in the wrong place. This doesn't look like Watercloud Street at all. You're right. This isn't Watercloud Street. The young driver opened the door and got out. Next to the windows on the left and right were several youths, at least a dozen of them. They were all holding metal rods and similar things in their hands. One of the burly men was beckoning at Lin Fei, seemingly wanting him to get out. Lin Fei smiled, a cold glint flashing through his eyes. Interesting. The young driver came before the burly man and said smugly, Boss, this guy is really stupid. I said I was the driver, and he actually believed me. I thought it would take some time. Not bad, you've done well. Black Dragon Zhang was very satisfied with his underling's performance. Come out, get out. The young man went up and knocked on the car window. Obediently get out. Once we make our move, you won't have a good ending. The car door opened. Lin Fei walked out with a smile. You guys aren't bad. You actually brought me to a warehouse. Now, the Volkswagen was parked in the warehouse. It seemed that this warehouse had not been used for a long time. There was garbage everywhere and the scene was a mess. There was even a strange smell drifting in the air. Boy, you've got guts. How dare you offend our sister Meichi? Black Dragon Zhang grabbed the iron rod and gently tapped it on his palm. The muscles on his face trembled and he looked fierce. Your sister Meichi is very good, Lin Fei said with a smile. You've come to take revenge on me so soon. The young man said fiercely, Boy, you're very arrogant in front of so many of us. Surrounded by more than a dozen people, ordinary people would have been scared to tears. However, the one in front of them was a surprise. From beginning to end, there was no change in him, as if he did not treat them as people. Lin Fei chuckled and said, I've always been arrogant because I'm stronger than you guys. Naturally, I have the capital to be arrogant. As for you guys, I can only say that your luck is very bad. You could have acted for anyone, but you just had to act for that, Sister Meichi. I really admire your brains. Black Dragon Zhang flew into a rage. Boy, you really dare to speak. You actually dare to act arrogant in front of us. Do you know what kind of person I, Black Dragon Zhang, am? Maybe you don't know, but you'll know in a moment. Lin Fei laughed and said, Actually, in my eyes, you're all just a bunch of trash. It's really boring to deal with trash like you. Do it, break his legs, and then knock this boy's teeth. Black Dragon John had seen arrogant people, but he had never seen someone this arrogant. I'm sorry, but you won't have the chance. Lin Fei shook his head. With a flash, he arrived before Zhang Heilung and sent out a slap. Zhang Heilung cried out miserably as he was sent flying. He rolled on the ground several times before coming to a stop, his entire body twitching. It's your turn. Bang, bang, bang. Everyone only felt their vision blur. After a series of screams, they all fell to the ground in disorder. The only one still standing was the young man. Big brother, I was wrong. With a plop, the young man knelt on the ground. His teeth were chattering, and his face was pale. It was too terrifying. The dozen or so of them usually fought with people, but the scene before them toppled their understanding. They hadn't even seen the person, but they were already injured. They had encountered a martial arts expert. How could they not be afraid? Especially the young man who had been so smug earlier. You know your mistake. Lin Fei smiled. Big brother, I was wrong. I'm just a driver. The young man didn't dare to raise his head. Who would have thought that this harmless fellow would look so terrifying? It was reasonable for this fellow to speak so arrogantly. They had become idiots, foolishly thinking that the other party was easy to bully. Black Dragon John, I heard that you want to break my legs and a mouthful of teeth. What do you think I should do about this? Lin Fei smiled as he walked over and kicked Black Dragon John. Black Dragon John was sent flying like a piece of trash. He crashed into a nearby pillar and vomited several mouthfuls of blood on the spot. Big brother, I surrender, I surrender. Don't come again. Black Dragon John repeatedly begged for mercy. He hated Xue Meiqi to the core. She had caused him to provoke such a ruthless person. Remember the mobile version. M. Chapter 3814. Meishin Company. In the director's office, Xue Meiqi was carefully touching up her makeup. Suddenly she sneezed. Could it be that black dragon brat? Xue Meiqi truly hated Charlene and Lin Fei. It wasn't just a normal hatred, it was bone deep. She had lost face in front of by Xingnan and become a joke in the company. All of this was caused by that Lin Fei. Xue Meiqi was absolutely convinced that he was the one behind all this. After Lin Fei left, she immediately called Black Dragon John and had him teach Lin Fei a lesson. It would be best if he crippled both of his hands. Xue Meiqi couldn't swallow this anger. It must be like this. Humph, a poor guy with nothing to lose. Serves you right for offending anyone. Xue Meiqi clenched her teeth. And that bitch, Charlene, it will be your turn sooner or later. In the warehouse, Black Dragon John and his group were kneeling on the ground. They didn't dare to move. Big brother, we were wrong. We won't dare to do it again. Black Dragon Zhang's face was pale. He felt a sharp pain in his chest as he spoke, but he could only endure it. The youth came over with a bag. Big brother, everything is here. The bag was filled with cash. This cash had all been contributed by Black Dragon John. Who would dare to disagree? Lin Fei smiled. You should be glad that my temper is still very good. If it were in the past, you would all be dead. Of course, I don't object to you taking revenge on me, but you have to be prepared to be killed by me. Bang! Lin Fei's leg swept over the pillar at the side. It was a metal pillar as thick as an arm. The most important thing was that it was solid. But at this moment, with a stomp of his foot, the pillar bent over, forming a huge arc. Black Dragon John and his group were sweating profusely. This time, they were really trembling. Big brother, we really don't dare. We wouldn't dare even if you gave us 100 guts. Everyone nodded repeatedly, their faces completely pale. If this kick had landed on them, they didn't dare to imagine how miserable their fates would be. Just thinking about it made him feel flustered. Send me to Watercloud Street. Lin Fei returned to the back seat. The young man did not dare to hesitate and immediately jogged over. I promised to deliver it. Right now, the young man had completely lost his temper. Of all the people present, he was the only one who didn't suffer. However, he was indeed frightened, and his limbs were weak. Lin Fei closed his eyes and quietly rested. After the Volkswagen left, only then did everyone heave a sigh of relief. One by one, they collapsed to the ground. Black Dragon Zhang couldn't even stand up. He was completely limp. Brother Long, should we take revenge? As soon as one of his lackeys finished speaking, Black Dragon Zhang turned around and slapped him across the face. If you want to die, don't drag us down with you. Black Dragon Zhang no longer had the confidence to take revenge. The power of that kick was too terrifying. It's all that bitch Xue Meiqi's fault. Black Dragon Zhang's eyes were cold. She must give us brothers an explanation for this matter. Black Dragon Zhang naturally did not dare to retaliate against this expert. Naturally, he would choose to take revenge on Xue Meiqi. If he had known that this kid was so terrifying, Black Dragon Zhang would not have dared to do so even if he was given 100 guts. That metal pillar was genuine. Black Dragon Zhang knew very well that it couldn't be faked. Big brother, Water Cloud Street is just ahead. The young man did not dare to speak loudly. Parking is not allowed in front. I can only park here for now. Lin Fei opened his eyes. All right, you can go now. The young man said, Big brother, this is my cell phone number. If you need a car, just call me. As long as I'm in the Zhangbei district, I'll rush over immediately. Lin Fei laughed. You sure know how to do things. The young man laughed dryly, not daring to speak. I'll remember that. Lin Fei pushed open the door and walked out, standing at the intersection. The young man immediately drove away, not daring to stay any longer. Water Cloud Street has indeed changed. The familiar memories of the surroundings had practically disappeared completely. From some places, Lin Fei could barely recognize that this was the Water Cloud Street that he had frequented in the past. Now, this place had changed greatly. There were tall buildings everywhere. In particular, the entrance to Water Cloud Street had a signboard. There was an extremely obvious memorial arch. This was different from before. Night Market Street. Lin Fei believed the young man's words. He truly was right. In 6 years, Water Cloud Street truly had changed. It was both strange and familiar. Water Cloud Street was very long. The street had been expanded. It was no longer as narrow as it had been before. Food stalls and barbecue stalls could be seen everywhere. Because it was daytime, Water Cloud Street was extremely deserted. But from the surrounding shops, it wasn't hard to imagine how lively it was at night. Lin Fei continued forward. Soon, a renovated shop appeared before Lin Fei's eyes. Lady Boss, I've returned. I can finally fulfill my wish from back then. Lin Fei couldn't help but sigh as he gazed at the familiar building. He once more entered the restaurant. The outside had changed, but the inside had not changed much. Lin Fei also saw a few familiar things, which he had bought with the Lady Boss. 6 years had passed, but those things were still there. After sitting down, Lin Fei couldn't find the Lady Boss. He couldn't help but frown. It shouldn't be. Could it be someone else? Lin Fei looked around casually. He saw that something was wrong. Many tables and stools in the restaurant had obvious traces of being knocked. There were many pieces of glass on the ground. The kitchen was in a mess. Young man, this place is closed today. You'd better find another place to eat. A middle-aged man came out and said. Lin Fei heard something from this man's words. This restaurant had indeed been in trouble. There were slight bruises on this middle-aged man's face. What else could it be if it wasn't beaten? Uncle, isn't this the Night Market Street? I've never heard of it being closed during the day. Lin Fei asked. The middle-aged man looked outside. Young man, you're right. This is indeed the Night Market Street. But it's not as good as you think. You'd better find another place to eat. Lin Fei could tell that this middle-aged man wasn't trying to chase him away on purpose. He really wanted him to leave. Sigh, that's a pity. I came here because I heard that this restaurant has a signature dish. I also heard that the lady boss here is very pretty. The middle-aged man laughed bitterly and sighed. Sometimes being pretty is a sin. We have guests. Why aren't you coming out to entertain us? You don't want to open your restaurant anymore? Just as the middle-aged man finished sighing, a group of people walked in. These people had dyed their hair in various colors. The leader even had a mohawk's head that was specially dyed red. It was almost no different from a rooster. The middle-aged man's face changed. Brother Xiong, why are you here? Sogu website. Chapter 38:15. Sure enough, something happened. Lin Fei didn't get up, just sat there quietly. From the moment they came in, he knew that the boss's wife was loved. Those who came in were obviously his lackeys. If he couldn't figure out the reason from the middle-aged man's words as an invincible expert at the immortal realm, Lin Fei could choose to go home and sleep. What, can't you come? Brother Mohawk smiled. The middle-aged man didn't dare to offend this brother bear. Sure. The middle-aged man nodded continually. Brother Mohawk pulled a stool and sat down. The time is up. Tell your boss's wife to come down. Don't dawdle. Tell your boss's wife to come down. If she doesn't come down, we'll tear down this restaurant. Our brother bear's money isn't that easy to borrow. The lackeys behind him shouted. The middle-aged man lowered his head. Aye, Brother Mohawk stood up and kicked the middle-aged man's stomach. Who do you think you are? My brother bear is here. Do you still want to renege? The middle-aged man knocked over several tables. Uncle N, are you okay? A cold voice came from upstairs. After a series of hurried footsteps, a figure ran down. Boss's wife, why did you come down? The middle-aged man clutched his stomach, his face worried. It's my fault. The one who came down was a woman around 30 years old. Her long hair was simply tied up, and she wore a set of ordinary cheap clothes. However, it still couldn't hide her charming face. She was the boss's wife, Lu Qingru, a name that sounded soft and weak. However, she had an extremely charming face. Her every move, her smile, and her tears were all full of a great charm. Lu Qingru. Lin Fei finally saw the boss's wife again. Just like 6 years ago, she didn't change much, except for her charming face, which had a hint of maturity. Lin Fei was worried that he would come here for nothing. Beautiful boss, you finally came down. Brother Mohawk smiled. I thought you would hide up there for the rest of your life. Why should I hide? Lu Qingru helped Uncle Zhang'an up and glared at him with a frosty face. Io, the lady boss is indeed the lady boss. Even when she's angry, it feels so good. Chicken Head Bear laughed. Everyone, do you think it looks good? Of course. This face is really mesmerizing. Lu Qingru helped Uncle Zhang and to sit next to her. Brother Mohawk stared at the lady boss. Can we talk about our matter now? Today is the last day. Are you ready to return the money? If not, with your looks, you can totally sell yourself. I believe that after a few years, you can earn a few million without a problem. Bah, don't even think about it. You should just give up. Lu Qingru's eyes were filled with anger. This is the property ownership certificate. According to the current price, it's worth at least 3 million. Lu Qingru took out a red book. Lady boss, how can you do this? Zhang'an was anxious. This is what you've earned your whole life. Brother Mohawk smiled and said, Not bad. You're willing to take out your property certificate. Take the property ownership certificate and you can leave. Lu Qingru tried her best not to look at the property ownership certificate, but tears were still flickering in her eyes. Immediately, a lackey took the property ownership certificate and handed it to Brother Mohawk. 3 million. Brother Mohawk smiled. However, I'm sorry to tell you a piece of bad news. Your little brother borrowed 2 million from our casino. Your 3 million won't be enough. What, 2 million? Lu Qingru almost lost her balance. How could she believe the scene? How is this possible? Brother Mohawk said. Nothing is impossible. Right now your little brother is in our casino. If you don't take out the money to redeem him, he might sink into the East China Sea tomorrow. No, absolutely not. At this moment, Lu Qingru finally cried. For this little brother of hers, Lu Qingru worried herself to death. She helped him time and time again, but in the end, she still watched her little brother sink into the abyss. Brother Mohawk's eyes flashed a trace of pride. This woman was about to give in. The plan was about to succeed. It wasn't a waste of time. Now it was finally time to reap the rewards. 2 million. As long as you can take it out, we'll let him go immediately. Brother Mohawk said. You better think about it. The casino won't wait for you. How could Lu Qingru watch as her brother was killed by someone else? How could she face her dead parents? Don't you want me? As long as you're willing to let my little brother go, I'm willing to go with you. Lu Qingru's heart was like dead ashes. Actually, Brother Coxcomb Bear was waiting for the sentence. That's right. Brother Mohawk smiled. It's just 2 million. As long as you nod, even 3 or 5 million is not a problem. Brother Mohawk stood up. Come with me. The earlier you go, your little brother will suffer less. He reached out and hugged Lu Qingru. Whoosh! A blood-curdling scream resounded in the restaurant. Ah, my hand, it hurts. Brother Coxcomb Bear cried out in pain. His face was pale, and he subconsciously raised his hands. His eyes were wide open, and he was completely frightened. Unknowingly, a chopstick appeared in his hand. Blood flowed down the chopstick. Who did it? I'm going to kill you. Brother Mohawk was completely enraged. I'm sorry, I threw the chopstick. Lin Fei smiled faintly. He was still playing with the chopstick in his hand. I can't stand people like you who bully women. Lu Qingru didn't notice there was an outsider here, but when this voice appeared, Lu Qingru's face slightly changed. She seemed to recall something. Then, she turned around and saw a strange yet familiar face. Boss, long time no see. You're Xiao Fei. Lu Qingru's eyes were filled with tears. She couldn't believe this was real. You're back. Yes, I'm Xiao Fei. Lin Fei smiled. Sorry, I'm late. Brother Mohawk's eyes were filled with anger. What are you guys standing there for? Hurry up and capture this guy. The lackeys behind him roared and rushed forward. Lin Fei waved his hand. The chopsticks on the table beside him flew out. Only a series of piu 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 sounds could be heard. The screams did not stop. Oh, it hurts. My arm. My leg, it hurts so much. The dozen lackeys who rushed forward were pierced by the chopsticks before they could make a move. They wailed in pain. None of them dared to rush forward again. Lin Fei easily flicked the chopsticks. Like an arrow, they pierced into Brother Mohawk's ear. Stand there obediently. If you dare to move, I'll hit the next chopstick. You understand. Chapter 38:16. It hurts. Coxcomb Brother Bear used his uninjured hand to cover his ear. His face was pale with fright. He didn't dare to move. A chopstick pierced through his palm and ear. If he was stabbed in between his eyebrows, Coxcomb Brother Bear didn't dare to imagine what would happen. Fear. His whole body was covered in cold sweat. You, who are you? Coxcomb Brother Bear's pupils constricted. The person in front of him was too scary. I'm someone you can't afford to offend. Lin Fei lightly said. With a wave of his hand, a chopstick brushed past Coxcomb Brother Bear's ear. Scram, scram as far as you can. If I see you next time, I don't mind letting you taste the taste of death. I'll scram right now. Coxcomb Brother Bear was about to pee. He didn't dare to stay any longer. He turned around and ran out. Because he was too panicked, he stumbled and knocked against the door. For a moment, his head was bleeding. The underlings all ran out in panic. You're really little Fei." Lu Qingru walked over with red eyes. Lin Fei stood up. "I don't think anyone in this world would be willing to pretend to be me. Boss, back then, I was a workaholic for a period of time. Otherwise, I would have starved to death." Lu Qingru was finally sure that the person in front of her was Lin Fei. You're finally back. I thought you died outside." Lu Qingru was so happy that she cried. Back then, Lin Fei inexplicably disappeared. In that 1 month, Lu Qingru almost didn't have a good night's sleep. It's a long story. Lu Qingru didn't ask further. "Uncle Lin, go make some dishes. I'll have a drink with little Fei." "Okay." Lu Qingru tidied up her things and sat in front of Lin Fei. 6 years passed. Lin Fei's appearance didn't seem to have changed. He was still the same as before. At the same time, Lu Qingru felt that Lin Fei was a bit different. As for what was different, she couldn't tell. "After we eat, you can leave," Lu Qingru said. "You're worried that they will take revenge on me." Lin Fei laughed. "You're still in the mood to laugh," Lu Qingru yelled. "Do you know who those people are? They're a group of people who eat people without spitting out the bones. They don't even know when they'll be blackened or hit on the head." If it was 6 years ago, Lin Fei might have been worried. But now, there was really nothing on earth that could make Lin Fei feel afraid. "Lady Boss, smile," Lin Fei said just to be happy. "You don't know, but I haven't seen you smile in 6 years. I really miss it." Lu Qingru couldn't help but laugh. "I really don't know what to do with you. I'm begging you." Lu Qingru didn't want Lin Fei to offend those people because of her. "It's fine." Lin Fei smiled and said, "It's rare for me to come here. No matter what, I have to accompany the lady boss and have a good meal first." "Why don't you listen to me?" Lu Qingru was really anxious. "Lady boss, after so many years, you still do it yourself. Didn't you find a man?" Lin Fei rarely teased. "I think so. It's good to have a man in charge." "I understand now. You brat came back, not to see sister, but to see if sister is married or not." Lu Qingru rolled her eyes. "Ha ha ha." Lin Fei laughed and said, after Zhang and brought a few home-cooked dishes, Lu Qingru's mood improved a lot. There was a smile on her face. Unlike before, there was a trace of tiredness and helplessness between her eyebrows. "Thank you, my mood is much better." Lin Fei tasted the dishes. "This is what I should do. By the way, can you tell me what happened?" "Forget it, it's all in the past." Lu Qingru didn't want to say. This was a trap. Lu Qingru didn't want Lin Fei to fall into this trap. Although they hadn't seen each other for 6 years, Lu Qingru could vaguely see that in these 6 years, the stinky brat in her eyes had changed a lot. Maybe he had a good future. It was really not worth offending those people. "You really don't want to say?" Lin Fei smiled and said, "Lady Boss, I think this young man is a capable person. Perhaps he can be of help." Zhang and couldn't help but interrupt. "Young man, our Lady Boss has a hard life. It's all because of that little brother of hers." "Uncle Lin, don't say any more," Lu Qingru said coldly. "Lady Boss, I must talk to this young man about this matter." Zhang and was a little emotional. He turned to Lin Fei and said, "That little brother of his since last year made a group of bad friends. This year he started to learn how to gamble. Lady Boss's car and other things were used to pay off the debt. Now this small building is also going to be paid off." Zhang was emotional. He explained the matter from beginning to end in detail. "Little Fei, don't listen to him." Lu Qingru said, "I'm very happy to see you back. After dinner, you can leave later. This matter, I will solve it." Lin Fei knew that Lu Qingru had a little brother called Lu Qingfeng. The name sounded good, but it was not very reliable. When they met that year, Lin Fei had thought that this guy who looked unruly might cause a big trouble. He didn't expect that this would really come true. He had cheated the sister who raised him so painstakingly. Not good. Brother Xiong is back again. This time he brought a lot of people. And Andy screamed and ran in. Lady Boss, hurry and ask your friend to hide for a while. Lu Qingru was anxious. Little Fei, quickly leave from the back door. Don't worry, don't worry. Lin Fei laughed. It's not easy to come here. I haven't eaten my fill yet. You want me to leave? That's too boring. In the time of a few words, the voice of Coxcomb Brother Xiong came from outside. Brat, you're finished this time. You dare to hit me. Today, if I don't break your hands, I'm not Brother Xiong. Coxcomb Brother Xiong changed his appearance. His hands were wrapped in gauze. His ears were the same. He looked very miserable. Brother Long, it's this brat. Coxcomb Brother Xiong rushed in and pointed at Lin Fei. If there's anything, come at me. Lu Qingru stood up and blocked in front of Lin Fei. She even opened her hands. The one who was called Brother Long was Zhang Heilong. He was a somewhat famous figure in the underworld in Jiangbei district. Coxcomb Brother Xiong lived on another street, but they had a good relationship. When he heard that something had happened, Zhang Heilong came. He found someone to vent his anger on, but when he walked in, Zhang Heilong casually glanced around and his whole person instantly became unwell. Lu Qingru, get out of my way. After I deal with that brat, I'll deal with you. Coxcomb Brother Xiong said fiercely. Brother Xiong, it's this brat. He's evil. You're courting death. Before Coxcomb Brother Xiong could react, a fist greeted him. His whole body was sent flying and broke a table. Bastard! You even dare to offend Brother Lin. Even if Brother Lin doesn't deal with you today, I will. Zhang Heilong raised his fist and went to beat Coxcomb Brother Xiong. Chapter 38:17. It was a sudden scene. It really did scare the hell out of them. The first to be stunned was Mohawk Bear, who was pressed to the ground by Black Dragon Zhang. Black Dragon Zhang worked left and right, punching him in the face. Brother Long, you're hitting the wrong person. Stop, stop! Black Dragon Zhang was originally filled with fear towards Lin Fei. He still hadn't forgotten the power of that kick. If he had known he was here to deal with Lin Fei, he wouldn't have dared even if he was given 100 guts. What a joke! Was he someone he could offend? You even dare to offend Brother Lin. Who else should I hit if not you? Black Dragon Zhang kept calling out to Mohawk Bear. Brother Lin, what Brother Lin? Suddenly, Mohawk Bear's face paled. No matter how stupid he was, he finally reacted. But it was too late. How could he be Black Dragon Zhang's opponent when he was injured? He was quickly beaten to the point of death, lying motionless on the ground. Little Fei, you! This scene also scared Lu Qingru to death. Black Dragon Zhang's appearance and his fiendish aura made it clear with a single glance that he wasn't anything good. But the next scene completely toppled Lu Qingru's understanding. This person actually beat up Brother Coxcomb Bear. This was too unbelievable. I've only met him once. Lin Fei smiled. I'm not a gangster. I just chatted with that guy. Maybe he's turned over a new leaf. Turned over a new leaf. Lu Qingru didn't believe these words. This kind of person could turn over a new leaf. Come here. The people Black Dragon Zhang had brought swiftly knocked Coxcomb Brother Bear's men to the ground. All of you kneel properly. Black Dragon Zhang grabbed Coxcomb Brother Bear's collar and walked in front of Lin Fei. He bowed and said, Brother Lin, I really didn't know that this guy wanted to deal with you. If I had known, I wouldn't have dared even if I had 100 guts. At this moment, Black Dragon Zhang hated Mohawk Bear to the core. They could deal with anyone else, but they just had to deal with Lin Fei, who had just left. Wasn't this asking for his life? It's good that you know. Lin Fei said indifferently. Brother Lin, spare me. Mohawk Bear begged for mercy. I won't dare to do it again. Lin Fei said indifferently, you're quite gutsy. Even Black Dragon Zhang doesn't dare to take revenge on me, but you can. I was wrong. I was really wrong. Lin Fei snorted. Tell me, where is Lu Qingfeng? Lu Qingru also became anxious. No matter how bad her brother was, he was still her brother. Otherwise, she wouldn't have taken out the property certificate to exchange for her brother. Coxcomb Brother Bear had lost all his temper. He had thought that he could deal with this fellow, but in the blink of an eye, Brother Long had turned against him. Brother Mohawk Bear even had the heart to die. At the Dihao Casino, Lu Qingru shook her head. She didn't know anything about this casino. Brother Lin, Dihao Casino is one of the 3 biggest casinos in our Jiangbei district. Black Dragon Zhang didn't dare to put on any airs now. He just wanted to avoid being targeted by the other party. The 3 major casinos. Lin Fei said lightly, "Can't you bring it out?" "I can't," Coxcomb Brother Bear said. "I'm very curious. What are you guys doing this for so long? Don't tell me it's for money. Tell me honestly." Lin Fei's gaze turned cold. Coxcomb Brother Bear instantly shivered. It's young Master Yi who wants the lady boss." Lin Fei raised his leg and kicked Coxcomb Brother Bear away, sending him crashing at the door. "Young Master Yi, how dare you?" Lin Fei wasn't someone who could be easily fooled. He already knew that there was something unusual about this. Black Dragon Zhang, who was standing at the side, felt a chill run down his spine. It was as if he was in the middle of a magnificent army. How could there be such a terrifying person in this world? Even when he faced a group of enemies back then, he wasn't this afraid. "Brother Lin, I know about this Dihao Casino. I'm willing to take you there," Black Dragon Zhang said in a low voice. "It's not easy to enter that place without a guide. As long as you take me to the Dihao Casino, I'll forget about today's matter," Lin Fei said lightly. "Thank you, Brother Lin, for showing mercy," Black Dragon Zhang said hurriedly. "Take these people away, lest they affect our appetite." Lin Fei casually glanced at these people. Black Dragon Zhang ordered his subordinates to drive these people out. As for how to deal with them, Lin Fei wasn't worried at all. "Sister Ro, you've been targeted." Lu Qingrou's face turned frosty. "Yi Qinglong, how could he do this?" Even if you beat Lu Qingrou to death, she would never have thought that Yi Qinglong was the mastermind behind all of this. Starting from his own brother, he was truly sinister and vicious. "Leave this matter to me," Lin Fei said with a smile. "You helped me back then. Now it's my turn." Lu Qingru was indeed afraid. Who knew things would turn out like this? Lu Qingru bit her lips. "Take me with you." "No problem," Lin Fei smiled. "Thank you," Lu Qingru softly said. 6 years have passed. You are more powerful than I imagined. No matter how powerful I am in front of Sister Ro, I am still that Lin Fei from back then. Lin Fei and Lu Qingru came out of the restaurant. Coxcomb Brother Xiong and the others were nowhere to be seen. Only Black Dragon Zhang was left outside. "Brother Lin, my car is outside," Black Dragon Zhang cautiously said. He kicked the bent iron pillar. The chopsticks pierced through his palm. This was definitely an otherworldly expert. I can't afford to offend him. Black Dragon Zhang drove a black 5 Series BMW over. "Brother Lin, sister-in-law, please get in." Lu Qingrou's face immediately turned red. Lin Fei glared at Black Dragon Zhang. "Don't shout. If you don't speak, no one will think you're mute." Black Dragon Zhang broke out in cold sweat. Perhaps because of Black Dragon Zhang's words, the atmosphere was rather awkward for the rest of the journey. "You've been learning martial arts these years." In the end, it was Lu Qingru who spoke. "You can understand it that way." Lin Fei nodded. "My talent is not bad, so I finished my apprenticeship. To put it simply, I came down from the mountains to roam the world." Lu Qingru was instantly amused. Nonsense. But for Black Dragon Zhang, who was driving, he broke out in cold sweat again, as expected of an expert. Half an hour later, Jiangbei District in a private club. Black Dragon Zhang took out his membership card, passed the security guard at the entrance, and parked the car in the parking lot. Brother Lin, the Dihao Casino is in this club, Black Dragon Zhang said in a low voice. Lin Fei said, "All right, you can go now." "Thank you for your understanding, Brother Lin." Black Dragon Zhang had indeed taken a lot of risks to bring Lin Fei in. The people who could come to the Dihao Casino were either rich or noble, and they weren't people a gangster like him could offend. Lin Fei and Lu Qingru walked out. Hee, this Dihao Casino really hides its secrets. The corner of Lin Fei's mouth rose. "Little Fei, I'm a little worried. Don't worry, I'm here." Chapter 38:18. They walked into the hall. The expensive marble floor shone brightly. Walking on it, they could clearly see themselves under their feet. As for the crystal chandeliers that cost hundreds of thousands of yuan each, there were 6 of them in the hall, brightly lit. As for the expensive calligraphy and paintings on the walls, there were many of them. Walking in the hall made people feel as if they were walking on the road of money, exuding an endless aura of luxury. Little Fei, the casinos nowadays are all so. This was the first time Lu Qingru had come to this kind of place, and she was very unused to it. She felt like Granny Lu entering the Grand View Garden, and her whole body became uncomfortable. "It's fine, just follow me." What kind of scene hadn't she seen in the other world? This kind of scene was no different from a child's play. Lin Fei was too lazy to look at it. He was already convinced by Black Dragon Zhang's words about the 3 major casinos in the Jiangbei district. "That young master, has he been pestering you for a long time?" Lin Fei asked casually. At the mention of this young master, Lu Qingru was also full of anger. "Back then, he came to the store with my brother and was very enthusiastic towards me. However, I felt that he wasn't a good person, so I refused. I didn't expect that he would actually use my brother to deal with me." Lu Qingru really didn't think that young master, you would be so shameless. She had almost been tricked. "I'll definitely have a good chat with this young master, later." Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. "Maybe he'll turn over a new leaf." "Why do you sound like a police officer?" Lu Qingru laughed. "Wrong," Lin Fei said seriously. "Actually, I'm justice. I specialize in making people turn over a new leaf, and I've never failed before." "You," Lu Qingru rolled her eyes. "When did you learn to talk nonsense?" Lin Fei laughed mischievously. "Imperial Casino, in a high-class room. Young master, Lu Qingru is here." A figure walked over. There was a young man sitting on the black leather sofa. He had an imposing appearance, and there was even a hint of arrogance between his brows. He just sat there with a golden saber in his hand. In front of the young man, a young girl was kneeling on the ground, working hard. If one took a closer look, this young girl could be rated at least 85 points. Facing the person who entered, the corner of the young man's mouth curled up, revealing a trace of an evil smile. "She's finally willing to come. It's not in vain that I've planned for so long. I finally have a chance to taste it." The young man stretched out his hand and pressed down on the young girl's head, his entire face turning sinister. After a long time, the young man stood up. "Bring her up." "Young master, that Lu Qingru didn't come alone. She came with a man. I heard that Xiao Xiong suffered a small loss at the hands of that brat." The bodyguard said. Yi Qinglong said disdainfully, "Man, you clearly know that Lu Qingru is my woman. Yet you still dare to act recklessly. I want to see who it is. Should we arrest him immediately? Why are you arresting him?" Yi Qinglong laughed. "Our casino is a business. If news of this gets out, it won't be good. You just need to arrange people to keep an eye on it." Inside Dihao Casino, it was a hubbub of voices. It was hard to imagine that there would be such a lively scene inside. Charlene had never been to such a place. She only felt that the casino was foul and subconsciously leaned against Lin Fei. "We're here to redeem him." Lin Fei found the person in charge of the casino. "Who are you looking for?" The person in charge was used to this kind of thing. Those who lost money in the casino and couldn't get it back would be temporarily locked up, waiting for the other party to redeem them. Lu Qingfeng. The person in charge took out a walkie-talkie and ordered his men to bring Lu Qingfeng over. Not long after, a young man who looked very embarrassed was dragged up. "Sister." Lu Qingfeng was very weak. He struggled for a while and weakly shouted, "Help me!" Lu Qingru was very dissatisfied with her brother Lu Qingfeng, but when she saw him in such a state, her eyes couldn't help but turn red. "Qingfeng." Lu Qingru wanted to go up, but she finally restrained herself. The person in charge said lightly, "Lu Qingfeng owes us a total of 5 million yuan with interest. As long as you give us 5 million yuan, we can take him back immediately." "Sister, I don't want to stay here anymore. Take me back." Lu Qingfeng shouted with all his strength. He really didn't want to stay here anymore. Lu Qingfeng was afraid that he would die here at any time. 5 million yuan. These few words almost made Lu Qingru faint. Fortunately, Lin Fei was quick enough to reach out and support Lu Qingru. "It's okay, I'm here." Lu Qingru wanted to slap her brother. That was 5 million yuan, not 500,000 yuan. How could their Lu family have such a person? The person in charge laughed. 5 million is not a lot. If you come tomorrow, you will have 5,500,000 yuan. If you take him back today, you will have 500,000 left. It's just 5 million. It's a piece of cake. Lin Fei laughed. "Wait for us for half an hour." The person in charge's face darkened. "Are you making fun of us?" "I don't have 5 million yuan now, but I will have it later," Lin Fei said. The person in charge was so angry that he laughed. It was the first time he had seen such a person. "You still want to win money in the casino to pay off your debt?" "You're right." Lin Fei helped Lu Qingru out of the lounge and back to the casino. "Little Fei, let's forget it." Lu Qingru smiled bitterly. "This is not 50,000 yuan, let alone 500,000 yuan. It's 5 million yuan. It's as difficult as going to heaven to win money in the casino." Lin Fei comforted her. "That's for others, but I'm different. Don't forget, I've been learning for 6 years." Without any explanation, he went to exchange chips. "Are you sure you want exchange for 100 yuan? At the counter, the staff was also dumbfounded. It was the first time he saw someone exchange for 100 yuan, who didn't come in with thousands of yuan. "Can't 100 yuan do it?" Lin Fei raised his eyebrows and said coldly. 100 yuan chip was soon in Lin Fei's hand. "I'll take you to witness a miracle." Lin Fei laughed. Witness a miracle. Inexplicably, Lu Qingru saw confidence in Lin Fei. It was a feeling of having a card up his sleeve. Okay. In the hall of the casino, there were many gambling tables. Of course, there were also many games. Dice, blackjack, 5-card stud, baccarat, and so on. There were all kinds of games. Therefore, the business of the Imperial Casino was always good. "Let's play dice." Lin Fei and Lu Qingru pushed away the people next to them and took a seat. Lu Qingru had never been in close contact with a casino in her life. "Don't mention this dice game. Let's put down our bets." This gambling table used an automatic clock. As long as one lightly pressed the button, the inside would shake automatically. It eliminated all kinds of cheating. Thus it was very popular with everyone. Chapter 3819. Above the casino hall, Yi Qinglong stood in front of the floor-to-ceiling window and looked down. He liked the feeling of looking down at life. "You said that the kid can't take out 5 million yuan and wants to win money in our casino, but he took out 100 yuan to exchange for chips." Yi Qinglong found it funny. Where did Lu Qingru find such a weirdo? Trying to win 5 million yuan in a casino with 100 yuan in chips? He must be daydreaming. What a joke. Yes, that's what the kid means. The bodyguard said, he's already shaking the dice table. Interesting, really interesting. Yi Qinglong laughed. Let's go to the surveillance room. It was rare for Yi Qinglong to be interested in someone. If he didn't go and watch such a weirdo, he might not be able to sleep at night. It's big again. 3 rounds in a row. It's definitely small this time. It has to be small. 3 rounds in a row at this table were big. This infuriated quite a number of people. However, many people were excited. The Gu clock was shaken again. Let's place our bets. The dealer was a beautiful woman with big eyes. She smiled at everyone. I'll bet 10,000. 10,000? I'll bet 30,000 on small. 5,000 big. Everyone stared at the Gu clock and waved their hands in high spirits. Lin Fei casually threw 100 yuan of chips on the big side. 3, 6, 6, 15 big. Instantly there was a round of boos. See, it's very easy to win money. Lin Fei held 2 chips in his hand, and the 100 yuan turned into 200 yuan. It won't be long before we can leave. You're amazing. Lu Qingru was very close. She could almost smell the masculine scent on Lin Fei's body, and her mood calmed down. It's just the beginning. For the second round, Lin Fei continued to bet on big. 200 yuan turned into 400 yuan. For the third round, he bet on small. 400 yuan turned into 800 yuan. Fourth round, win. Fifth round, win. Sixth round, win. He won 10 rounds in a row. Lin Fei's 100 yuan chips had become 100,000 yuan chips. He had bet 10 times in a row, going from 100 chips to 100,000 chips. This undoubtedly shocked the people around him. This kid is amazing. He won all 10 times. This luck is too good. Such a scene was rare. This time I'll bet on 12 points. There were many ways to play with dice, such as big or small, odd or even, and then points. The difficulty was higher and the odds were higher, but most people did not dare to play it. This kind of point gambling could only be done by experts. Any ordinary person who played with them would die. Lin Fei threw 100,000 chips on the table, which attracted a lot of exclamations. Little Fei, isn't this too much? Lu Qingru worriedly asked. It's fine. Lin Fei smiled. I'm a very lucky person. I won whatever I bet on. The dealer also attached great importance to this round. After all, this young man had bet 10 times. 100 yuan became 100,000 yuan. If he won this time, it would be 1 million yuan. The odds were 10 to 1. 3, 4, 5, 12. Countless people were stunned when the Gu clock was opened. Damn, it's really 12. That's unbelievable. What a pity. I didn't follow. Many people wailed. This was a chance to earn money. The odds were 10 to 1. Lin Fei had a faint smile on his lips. He knew what was going on inside the small Gu clock. Even if it was a machine, the result would be the same. At this moment in the surveillance room, the technician's expressions were a little ugly. Did you see it clearly? He meant to ask if there was any cheating. No, that kid did nothing. As a casino, it had invited many experts to guard it. At the same time, there were surveillance equipment and information on gambling experts. Generally, no gambling expert would come here to earn money. Is there no information on this kid? Yi Qinglong did not care. It was just 1 million yuan. It was nothing. We don't have this kid's information in our gambling list. We suspect that he's a newcomer. The technician said. A newcomer? Yi Qinglong said disdainfully. Then tell the dealer that this kid likes to pretend. Then give him a leopard. 666, kill him. As a casino owner, he naturally had the ability to control the tables. Normally, he would not do it. Once it was spread out, it would greatly affect the reputation of the casino. Yi Qinglong purely wanted to let that kid see his means. A newcomer dared to come to his casino to earn money. If he did not teach him a lesson, he would really think that he was a sick cat. Taking care of this kid would also be a blow to Lu Qingru. Yi Qinglong wanted the other party to come to him and beg him. Just thinking about it made him happy. No matter where that person came from, Yi Qinglong did not plan to let him have a good time since he came to Di Hao Casino. The Gu clock was ringing again. The dealer was still different from before. However, there was a flash of surprise in Nayan's eyes, but he quickly returned to normal. For the gamblers present, no one would notice. "Kid, what's your bet? Big or small? Let's buy some points." In the casino, everyone believed in luck. Seeing that the kid went from 100 chips to 1,000,000 chips, everyone was tempted and prepared to place their bets to make a profit. This was the most common thing in a casino. Lin Fei smiled and said, "Are you sure you want to bet with me? Then I'll place a leopard. 3 sixes. This time, Lin Fei placed a leopard. The odds of a leopard were higher than points. Especially 3 sixes, the odds were a full 50 times. But those who could bet correctly could be counted on one hand. 50 times 1,000,000, that was 50 million. It was definitely a big scene. Furthermore, it was on such a small table. 50 million chips was indeed frightening. Those who were ready to follow him were instantly speechless. Last time points. This time it was a leopard. Was there a need to be so crazy? Those who could work in the casino were all veterans. How would they know that opening a leopard was hard? Opening 3 sixes was even harder. It was even harder than winning 5 million in the lottery. Otherwise, why would the odds be 50 times? I'm not following. I'll place a big one. Young man, this leopard is not so easy to place a bet on. Lin Fei had a faint smile on his face. Beautiful dealer, please open the Gu clock. The dealer was also shocked. A voice came from the earpiece. Change it to 1, 3, 5. In the control room, the technical manager was sweating. He actually made a mistake. Luckily, he could change the Gu clock. Young master, this kid should be an expert, at least an expert in dice shaking. The technical manager concluded. Yi Qinglong sneered. So what if he's an expert in dice shaking? He's still lost to me. I can make the Gu clock turn into 3 sixes, and I can also make him lose completely. He really thinks he's the god of gambling if he wants to win money in the casino. Open the Gu. Everyone was excited. If they hit it, it was 50 million. It would definitely be a topic that everyone was talking about. The dealer had already changed the numbers in the Gu clock and was not worried that it would be 3 sixes. He opened the Gu clock. 1 6, 2 sixes, 3 sixes. Wow, this is too awesome. Leopard, 3 sixes. The dealer stared with his eyes wide open, cold sweat dripping down. The gamblers around the table were excited. Too awesome. 1 million becomes 50 million. This kid is amazing. Chapter 38:20. 3 sixes, the biggest leopard. It was rare to see this kind of dice shaking on the table. Who would have thought that it would be won by a young man? The chances were so low that it was hard for them to recover from the shock. What an expert! This is probably the god of gamblers. In the surveillance room, the technician's face turned pale and his mind went blank. How is this possible? 3 sixes shouldn't have appeared. Show me the footage immediately. He must have cheated. This was serious. Everyone in the surveillance room could no longer remain calm. After changing the 3 sixes, he still got 3 sixes in the end. This was definitely cheating. The footage was quickly shown. Nothing. Still nothing. Slow down and find it for me. No matter how they checked, they could not find any chance of that person cheating. All of them were dumbfounded once again. This was impossible. Supervisor, this person did not do anything. I'm afraid it's impossible for him to be cheating. The technician's eyes were sharp, but he could not find anything. He said helplessly, "Young master, this person might be an expert. We have all underestimated his strength." The technician hesitated. Logically speaking, no matter how good a cheater is, he shouldn't be able to affect our machine. This matter was very puzzling. Under the surveillance, they could not find any signs of cheating. Yi Qinglong's face turned ugly. The 100 yuan chip turned into 50 million in the end. This was a slap to his face. Invite him up, Yi Qinglong said coldly. I want to see this person, personally. What do you think? Am I right? Lin Fei smiled at Lu Qingru. Lu Qingru also felt like she was dreaming. We really won 50 million. 50 million, a number that Lu Qingru did not even dare to think about. If not for so many people around, Lu Qingru would have thought that she was dreaming. All right, let's go redeem him. Lin Fei smiled. Yes, redeem him, Lu Qingru said excitedly. Before Lin Fei could leave with Lu Qingru, a few muscular men in black came. Sir, our young master would like to meet you. Once the black-robed man came up, he secretly surrounded Lin Fei. If Lin Fei dared to move, he would immediately take him down. Sure, Lin Fei wouldn't let anyone who dared to have designs on Sister Ro have a good life. This way, please. These black-robed men did not forcefully take him away. There were so many people present. If word got out, people would think that their casino couldn't afford to lose that 50 million yuan. Sister, Lin Fei and Lu Qingru were taken to the reception room. Lu Qingfeng shouted as soon as he entered. His voice was as miserable as it could be. Mr. Lin, your skills are not bad. Yi Qinglong stared at Lin Fei and said, this was the person who had won 50 million in his casino, and from the beginning to the end, he had only taken out 100 yuan. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have believed it to be real. Yet it was happening right before his eyes. If you have something to say, just say it. Don't beat around the bush. Lin Fei said lightly, I'm a very busy person, and I don't have time to waste here. A trace of displeasure flashed in Yi Qinglong's eyes. How dare he talk to me like this in my own territory? He's too arrogant. Yi Qinglong stood up, and his eyes instantly became cold. Mr. Lin, our casino needs a powerful master. I think you're a good choice. As long as you work in my casino for 10 years, I'll forget about what happened today. You can also take Lu Qingfeng away. The 50 million you won can also be your salary for 10 years. 5 million a year is not a small amount. As a member of the upper circle, Yi Qinglong naturally knew the importance of a gambling master. The person in front of him was undoubtedly a gambling master. At the very least, he was proficient in dice. 50 million for 10 years. It was a good deal. You just need to say yes or no. Yi Qinglong said with a smile, say yes, and I can help you to your position. But if you don't agree, this world is always dangerous. You can be crushed to death while walking, and you can be hit by a car when crossing the road. At this time, Yi Qinglong put on a posture as if he had Lin Fei in his grasp. If you don't agree, then be prepared to suffer. Yi Qinglong, you're despicable and shameless. Lu Qingru scolded angrily. I've finally seen through you. Yi Qinglong smiled proudly. No, Miss Lu, you're mistaken. This world belongs to the strong. The strong can dominate everything, and I'm the strong in your eyes. Lu Qingru was very angry. Lin Fei laughed. What kind of strong are you? You're nothing. I can only say with embarrassment that I'll never agree to your conditions in this lifetime. Yi Qinglong's face became ferocious. How dare you refuse me? Lin Fei smiled faintly. So what if I refuse? You should be glad that I didn't do anything. If I did, you might not even be able to stand in front of me. You're crazy. Yi Qinglong gestured to a burly man behind Lin Fei. This burly man snorted coldly, relying on his 200 kilograms body and 1.9 height. He fiercely crashed into Yi Qinglong like a heavy semi-trailer. Careful! Lu Qingru was so scared that her face turned pale. Lin Fei didn't even turn his head. He reached out and grabbed. This 200 kilograms burly man was thrown out like a sandbag towards Yi Qinglong. No! Yi Qinglong's cold eyes revealed a trace of panic. Ah! After a scream, Yi Qinglong was smashed onto the ground by the burly man. Young master! Young master! All the burly men present panicked. Young master was beaten up right in front of their eyes. If he vented his anger, they would all be in trouble. Catch him! One by one, the burly men turned around and rushed over. Lin Fei smiled faintly. One by one, chips flew out from his hand. There were exactly 50 chips, and each chip was worth 100,000 yuan. Bang, bang, bang. The light chips contained great terror at this time. All the burly men who were hit screamed and flew backward. For a time, the lounge was full of chips. It was a mess. No more, no less. Exactly 5 million. Lin Fei laughed as he threw out another 5 chips. It was exactly 500,000. You can keep the rest as your medical fees. Lin Fei glared at Lu Qingfeng. Come over. Do you want to stay here? Yes, yes. Lu Qingfeng was scared silly. Was this the Lin Fei who looked so weak in the eyes of those years? He was too tough. Young master, you can continue to arrange people to catch me. But what if I shout outside that your casino can't afford to lose 50 million yuan? What do you think will happen? Lin Fei said with a smile. Go, go. Yi Qinglong roared. Chapter 38:21. Lin Fei came out with Lu Qingru and the others. Many people in the casino had different expressions. We're out. Lu Qingru also felt like she was dreaming. She was really scared just now, and at the same time, she recognized Yi Qinglong's true colors. Sister, I'm starving. I want to eat. Lu Qingfeng said pitifully. Lu Qingfeng had been starving in the casino. He was scared and panicked, and his mental state was also very poor. You still have the face to eat. Lu Qingru really wanted to slap her brother to death. Lin Fei comforted. Sister Ro, let's go back first. I'm going to kill him. Yi Qinglong was helped up, but he also felt pain all over his body. He could hardly straighten his back. At this time, Yi Qinglong's eyes were full of resentment, and he roared heartbreakingly. The surrounding temperature obviously dropped. The men in black did not dare to look up, and they did not even dare to breathe loudly. The young master was not scary at normal times, but once he fell into anger, he would definitely be anyone's nightmare. You go and arrange someone. I want that guy to not see tomorrow's sun. Yi Qinglong gritted his teeth. If you can't do it well, you don't need to come back. Yi Qinglong hated Lin Fei. Back at the small restaurant, Lu Qingru cooked in the kitchen. 4 dishes and 1 soup were soon ready. Lu Qingfeng ate like a reincarnated hungry ghost. Even if his sister glared at him several times, he still did not stop eating. Lin Fei did not care much. He tasted a few mouthfuls and put down his chopsticks. Sister, I'm full. I'm going to bed. Lu Qingfeng put down his chopsticks and ran up. Stop. Lu Qingru was angry. Lu Qingfeng pretended not to hear and ran straight upstairs. How can he do this? Lu Qingru's eyes were red. If it were not for Lin Fei this time, Lu Qingru did not dare to imagine what would happen. But her brother did not say anything, which made her so sad. It's okay. I won't mind if the young are stimulated. Lin Fei laughed. You, on the other hand, have to take care of yourself. Lu Qingru sighed softly. Xiao Fei, I really have to thank you for today. Without you, I can't imagine. It's a piece of cake. Lin Fei said. All right, it's getting late. You guys rest first. I'll head back first. I'm not going to sit anymore. No. Lin Fei walked out. Lu Qingru personally sent Lin Fei off. By the way, I'll get you something good tomorrow. Before leaving, Lin Fei left Lu Qingru in suspense. He had only thought of this when he was eating. Sister Ro's younger brother is indeed worrisome. Lin Fei shook his head. Every family has its own difficulties. Lin Fei hailed a taxi and prepared to return to Charlene's home. He wasn't picky about where he lived. Moreover, he felt that Charlene was an interesting person. After getting into the taxi, Lin Fei gave an address and closed his eyes to rest. With the 50 million from the casino, I can use it to buy some herbs and refine some pills to repair the injuries caused by the infinite divine body. At the very least, it should be completely stabilized. After getting out of the taxi, Lin Fei walked towards the Jinshan district. Just as he was about to cross the road, a black car without a license plate appeared without warning and crashed into Lin Fei, who was about to cross the road. Inside the black, unlicensed car, a cold and sinister face revealed a cruel smile. "I'm dead." The car quickly drove over. Only a few seconds had passed. The man in the car frowned. "What the hell? Where is he?" The solid sound of the collision did not appear. Could it be an illusion? This wasn't the first time he had done this kind of thing. However, this time was completely different. "I have to go down and take a look. Maybe I drove too fast just now." The car stopped. Before the middle-aged man could open the car door, a hand reached in and pulled him out. "Not bad. You dare to hit me with a car." Lin Fei snapped his fingers at the middle-aged man. "Tell me honestly." The muddle-headed, middle-aged man did not know that he was being controlled. He explained in detail, "You offended young Master Yi. So young Master Yi asked someone to kill you." Lin Fei smiled coldly. "It seems that you won't repent until you see the coffin." What a joke! An expert at the peak of the mortal realm was not someone that anyone could deal with. "I didn't plan to do it so quickly, but you're too disappointing." Lin Fei had many ways to deal with people. "Explode." He made a handprint in the air. Heaven and earth resonated. At this moment, Yi Qinglong, who was throwing a tantrum and drinking, groaned and vomited blood. He fell down. "Oh no, young master vomited blood. Get the doctor here." The group of security guards was in a mess. Lin Fei threw him back into the car. "Drive to the police station and turn yourself in. Tell me everything honestly." Lin Fei erased the part where he dealt with him. "Young Master Yi, I'll give you another gift. I believe you'll be satisfied." Lin Fei left with a smile. Actually, when he was in the casino, he had done something secretly, and no one was aware of it. If Yi Qinglong obediently lowered his head and did not have any ideas, nothing would have happened. But he should not have had the intention to kill. "Brother Lin, there's something happy that I want to share with you today." Back home, Lin Fei saw that Charlene was in a good mood. She was eating and watching TV. What happy thing! Lin Fei sat down. "It's all that old woman's fault. She's now the joke of the company." Charlene giggled. Also, when she got off work, she was beaten up by a group of men. I guess she must have done something shameful. Lin Fei did not need to guess to know that it was Black Dragon Zhang who did it. Isn't that even better? Lin Fei naturally would not say that Xuan Meiqi had secretly colluded with Black Dragon Zhang to deal with him. "So, I'll treat you to a feast tonight." Charlene giggled. "So polite." Lin Fei smiled. "Or do you have something you want me to help you with?" Charlene did have something. She wanted to ask Lin Fei for help. She did not expect him to guess it immediately. "Nonsense. It's normal to treat you to a meal because I'm happy today. Forget it." He could tell what kind of person Lin Fei was at a glance. "You'd better tell me honestly. If I'm in a good mood, I might even help you. Show off." The moment Xiaolin finished speaking, she added, "You're good. Did you secretly hear it?" Lin Fei was speechless. "Say it or not." Charlene giggled. "This Saturday, we're having a gathering with a few friends. Everyone brought their boyfriends. Look at me, I'm all alone." "Should I?" Lin Fei burst out laughing. Pretend to be my boyfriend? No way. Chapter 38:22. Pretend to be a boyfriend? Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He was an undying expert, a top-notch existence, and she actually wanted him to pretend to be her boyfriend. Not going. Lin Fei shook his head. How embarrassing. Brother Lin, help me please. Charlene grabbed Lin Fei's hand and shook it. Her bright eyes flashed, full of electricity. Not good. Brother Lin, I beg you. Charlene leaned over again. Almost half of her body was on Lin Fei's shoulder. You treat me the best. A fragrance wafted over. It smelled good. Lin Fei was indeed amenable to force, but not coaxing. Now that he thought about it, it sounded quite interesting. Moreover, pretending to be a boyfriend was something he had never done before. At the very least, to Lin Fei, who had a calm heart, it was more or less something interesting. All right. Lin Fei surrendered. I'll promise you. Thank you, Brother Lin. Lin Fei was really afraid that Charlene would use some big move again. When he agreed, he could clearly feel a flash of pride in Charlene's eyes. A little girl. Another beautiful morning. Lin Fei finished his breakfast and put Charlene's note aside. Perhaps it was because of his promise to Charlene yesterday. The beauty left a note early in the morning, as well as a breakfast filled with love. Is this considered welfare? Lin Fei smiled. Out of Golden Mountain District. Lin Fei hailed a taxi. Master, to 100 Herb Street. Today, Lin Fei planned to go to 100 Herb Street to buy some herbs. With 50 million in his account, Lin Fei also wanted to think about refining some pills to stabilize his infinite god body. Other than that, he also needed to help Lu Qingru get some good stuff, which required some ordinary herbs. All right, Jiangbei District, People's Hospital. This was Jiangbei District. Whether it was the teachers or the skills, they were all top-notch. They hired a large number of top-notch doctors. All along, there had been an endless stream of patients coming to the People's Hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, in the inpatient department, special care inpatient department, Dean Zhou Tianjin frowned. Bossy, this disease is a bit tricky, Zhou Tianjin said helplessly. We've tried all kinds of methods, but we still can't find the cause. We can only barely control it. You doctors are all useless. My poor son. When a beautiful lady heard this, she scolded him on the spot. Replace him. Replace him immediately. Enough. A stocky middle-aged man with a pair of cold eyes snorted, and the beautiful woman didn't dare to make a sound. Executive Zhou, my wife doesn't know how to speak just now. Don't take it to heart. It was Yi Tianxiong, Yi Qinglong's father. He was one of the most capable people in Jiangbei. Before the age of 50, he had founded the Southern Sky Group. His assets had reached several billion, and he had connections with both the legal and illegal forces. In the Jiangbei district, no one dared to disrespect him. Zhou Tianjin didn't dare to get angry. It's okay. This is normal. After all, our hospital really doesn't have the ability to cure young Master Ye's illness. As a big boss, Yi Tianxiong was very angry in his heart, but he kept a calm face. Then I'll have to trouble you with my son. Zhou Tianjin said yes, pushed the door open and left. Dad, this must have something to do with that brat. I'm going to kill him and that little bitch. Yi Qinglong's face was pale, and he was so angry that he spat out another mouthful of blood. Immediately, there was another round of emergency treatment. Yi Tianxiong walked out of the ward and called for his confidant. Fu, no matter what, this has something to do with that brat. Please make a trip yourself and bring him back. We'll know once we ask. Fu was a middle-aged man of few words. However, that pair of eyes exuded a sharp aura like a knife. Just a glance was enough to make one unable to endure it. Contact Master Wang. I heard that he's good at treating all kinds of difficult diseases. Little brother, we've arrived at 100 Herb Street. 20 minutes later, Lin Fei got out of the car. 100 Herb Street is getting bigger and bigger. Lin Fei had been to this place once or twice, but each time he couldn't stand the smell of medicine and left in a hurry. He stepped into 100 Herb Street. Many people came up to him. "Little brother, what medicine do you want? I can get it for you as long as you want it. 20% off, any medicine will do." Lin Fei smiled faintly and rejected all of them. These people do all kinds of business. Lin Fei shook his head and went straight to his destination, 100 Herb Hall. This was the most famous medicine shop on 100 Herb Street. A century-old shop, indeed extraordinary. Standing under the signboard, the 4 words were vigorous and powerful, exuding the aura of time. Inside 100 Herb Hall, the smell of medicine wafted out. Lin Fei sniffed lightly and got the gist of it. This was not a wasted trip. 100 Herb Hall was very empty. "Sir, what do you need?" A shop assistant came up and asked enthusiastically. "I need ginseng, the older the better," Lin Fei said. "Bring me a pen and paper, and I'll write it down for you. You want old ginseng." Of course, the older the better. Don't take out ordinary stuff. No one could deceive Lin Fei in terms of medicine. "Sir, please wait for a moment. I'll inform the manager immediately." The shop assistant could not handle this kind of thing. When the shop assistant was not around, Lin Fei casually glanced around. The medicine here was very genuine, and there was no shoddy medicine. It was quite conscientious. About 5 minutes later, an old man in his 60s, with white hair and a ruddy face, walked out. "I'm the manager here. You can call me Old Song. Whatever you want, just tell me," Song Deming said with a smile. "Ginseng at least 100 years old." "More than 100 years old. That's old ginseng. It can be used in critical moments," Song Deming said. "You're in luck. We have 100-year-old ginseng in our shop. As long as it's 100 years old, the price is negotiable. This way, please." Song Deming brought Lin Fei to the lounge, and he went to get a wooden box. 100-year-old ginseng, from the depths of the mountains. As soon as the box was opened, a very good old ginseng appeared in front of him, and there was a trace of medicinal smell. Just a sniff of it made people feel relaxed and happy. 110 years old, barely passable. Lin Fei glanced around and said, to be honest, he was not very satisfied. The medicinal effect was much worse. At first, Song Deming did not take this young man seriously. He was too ordinary. But when the other party said the age of the ginseng, he could not help but be secretly surprised. His eyesight was really good. "Sir, 110-year-old ginseng is not easy to find. In the Jiangbei district, even in the whole East Sea, there are only a few 100-year-old ginseng. If you came a little later, I don't think you would have the chance to see it. I'll take it." It was better to have something than nothing. Coupled with other ingredients, he could just barely refine a pill. Mosquito meat was also meat, okay? "This old ginseng, the price is 12 million. Get me some more medicine." Lin Fei picked up the pen and paper next to him, and dozens of medicinal ingredients came out in a flash. "Give me a set of all of them. Remember, I want real medicinal ingredients." Chapter 38-23. 100 Herb Hall was very efficient. "Not bad, it's not bad." Lin Fei took a few glances and understood. He didn't do anything to it. For this, Lin Fei spent 15 million yuan. Song Deming remembered this person. He didn't even blink and bought an old ginseng worth 12 million yuan. His eyes were so sharp. He couldn't remember when such a young man appeared in this circle. "Mr. Lin, if you need anything in the future, feel free to come to our 100 Herb Hall. We will definitely satisfy you." Song Deming was good at doing business. This kind of customer must be kept. Sure. It wasn't easy to recover from the injury of the infinite god body. For a long time, he would need to buy medicinal ingredients. 100 Herb Hall gave a good impression. Lin Fei was too lazy to run. Dr. Song, help. Lin Fei walked to the door and a figure rushed in. He didn't know if the person didn't see him or not. With a light flash, Lin Fei stood at the side. If Lin Fei didn't back down, the other person would be in trouble if he wasn't careful. Lin Fei's body wasn't an ordinary body. Shan, what happened? Song Deming was shocked when he saw the person. Wasn't this Chen Mingshan's granddaughter? Did something happen? My grandfather's internal injury acted up. I heard that your 100-herb hall recently received 100-year ginseng. Our Qin family needs it very much. Please sell it to our Qin family, Dr. Song. Qin Shanshan was also anxious. Ever since she found out that her grandfather had internal injuries, Chen Shanshan arranged for people to find a good doctor. However, she didn't expect her grandfather to practice martial arts today, and his internal injury acted up. He vomited blood on the spot and was on the verge of death. It was said that 100-year ginseng could save his life. Qin Shanshan was the first to come. It's her. Lin Fei heard it. Was this the violent, long-legged girl he met in the park near Jinshan district? The strength of that kick was indeed strong. A normal person would suffer a lot. 100-year ginseng? Lin Fei smiled. This was interesting. Ah, so serious. Song Deming knew Qin Mingshan and had a good relationship with him. He also became anxious. Wait, you want the 100-year-old ginseng? Yes, the 100-year-old ginseng. Chen Shanshan said anxiously. What's the price? Just name it. Our Chen family can afford it. Song Deming smiled bitterly. Shanshan, you're a step too late. The 100-year-old ginseng has been bought. Ah, Chen Shanshan's face turned white. Who bought it? Can you tell me? Violent woman, we meet again. Song Deming didn't say anything, but Lin Fei smiled first. It's you. Chen Shanshan turned her head and saw the guy who made her gnash her teeth. What did you just call me? A violent woman. Lin Fei laughed. She has a bad temper. If she's not a violent woman, then what is she? You bastard. Qin Shanshan almost wanted to kick him, but when he thought of the scene in the park, he couldn't bear it. Shanshan, you know this Mr. Lin. That's great. Song Deming breathed a sigh of relief. He's the one who bought the 100-year-old ginseng. You can talk to your friend. What? It's him. Chen Shanshan couldn't believe it. The 100-year-old ginseng was bought by this person. But no matter how she looked at it, this person didn't seem to be rich. A true 100-year-old ginseng was priceless. The cheapest one was worth millions. The preserved one with sufficient medicinal effect was worth at least 10 million. Dr. Song, you're not lying to me. Chen Shanshan was doubtful. Violent woman, you didn't hear wrong. I bought the 100-year-old ginseng. Unfortunately, you're a step too late. Lin Fei smiled. Why? Don't I look rich? Song Deming also nodded. Shanshan, the 100-year-old ginseng, was indeed bought by him. If Chen Shanshan and Mr. Lin didn't seem to know each other, Song Deming wouldn't have said it. This kind of thing had a bad influence. Fortunately, the other party didn't seem to be angry. Song Deming secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Qin Shanshan had a bad temper, but at this time she was a bit absent-minded. It seemed that it was difficult to accept the news. How could this be? I was a step too late. The 100-year-old ginseng was bought by him. What should I do now? If it was any other time, it might not matter. But now it was a critical moment of life and death. No matter what, she had to buy the 100-year-old ginseng. Mr. Lin, I was reckless last time. Now I apologize to you. Chen Shanshan was also a person who could take it and let it go. She solemnly said. Lin Fei smiled. You're not sincere enough. It's getting late. It's time for me to go. Qin Shanshan was startled. Go. Lin Fei really stepped out. In a few steps, he opened up a distance. You can't go. Chen Shanshan was anxious. She reached out to grab Lin Fei. Lin Fei didn't look back, but Qin Shanshan missed. She was dumbfounded again. Violent woman, you don't even apologize. I think you should forget about it. Lin Fei continued to walk forward, but his voice fell into Qin Shanshan's ears. Qin Shanshan's heart was shocked. Her apology just now was not sincere. In Qin Shanshan's eyes, this man was not a gentleman at all. Mr. Lin, our Qin family can buy it at a high price, even double. Qin Shanshan gritted her teeth and chased after him. In the entire East China Sea, there were only a handful of 100-year-old ginseng. As for the Jiangbei district, it was pitiful. The Chen family's influence was not small, but this kind of good thing, most people were reluctant to use it. How would they be willing to take it out easily, even if the price was increased? No, I must get the 100-year-old ginseng from this person. Qin Shanshan made an instant decision. She quickly chased after him. Our Qin family is sincere, Qin Shanshan said. As long as you are willing to sell my 100-year-old ginseng and save my grandfather, our Qin family will owe you a favor. This was the greatest sincerity Qin Shanshan could offer. The Chen family's favor. Not everyone was qualified to do that. Lin Fei laughed. Money? I don't lack it. I don't like favors. Moreover, no matter how powerful your Qin family is, in my eyes it's nothing. So, I'm sorry, I won't sell the 100-year-old ginseng. It was not easy to encounter a 100-year-old ginseng. Lin Fei did not want to give it away. This thing was not easy to get. Lin Fei did not want to spend time looking for it. It was a troublesome matter. Mr. Lin, I beg you. Qin Shanshan had never seen such a person. He actually refused the Chen family's favor. Was there something wrong with his head? I really need this 100-year-old ginseng. Qin Shanshan was about to cry. Tears were about to gush out of her eyes. Lin Fei stopped and smiled. Your grandfather's internal injury should have flared up sooner or later. It's just that it came earlier than I thought. If you agree to my 3 conditions, maybe I can save your grandfather's life. To be honest, even if you take the 100-year-old ginseng back, it's useless. Chapter 38:24. Lin Fei clearly remembered Qin Mingshan's internal injury. Although the 100-year-old ginseng was good, the effect of using it to help Qin Mingshan was negligible. It would be a waste to use it. When Qin Shanshan heard this, her legs almost swept towards Lin Fei's head. Despicable. Qin Shanshan gritted her teeth. Lin Fei shook his head and smiled. No, the internal injury is fatal. You don't have to agree. It's not my fault anyway. You. Qin Shanshan didn't think that there would be such a bastard in this world. Have you thought about it? Lin Fei smiled. I'm leaving. I don't have time to deal with this little thing. Okay, you're good. Qin Shanshan had to bow her head. I can agree to your 3 conditions, but it must be within the scope. No killing, no violation. Don't worry, I won't do anything to you. Lin Fei had seen all kinds of beautiful women, fairies, goddesses. He didn't know how many of them there were. Moreover, even if she was a fairy, turning off the light was still a pile of meat. There was no difference. If Qin Shanshan knew what Lin Fei was thinking, she would definitely be heartbroken. 3 conditions are fine. My grandfather's internal injury must be cured. Qin Shanshan looked at Lin Fei. No problem, Lin Fei said with a smile. However, before that, you must first complete my first request. So fast? To be honest, Qin Shanshan wasn't prepared. In fact, she wanted to fool the other party. But now, why are you not willing? Then I'm leaving. Lin Fei said, despicable and shameless guy. Qin Shanshan remembered this guy. Don't make a mistake and fall into my hands. Otherwise, I will make you regret offending me. Say it. Lin Fei snapped his fingers. I like people who can reflect on themselves the most. I want you to shout 3 times on the streets. I, Qin Shanshan, am wrong. Then I will immediately help your grandfather treat his internal injury. Chun Shanshan's breathing became rapid. That gaze was murderous. This is the first condition. Chun Shanshan couldn't imagine that he actually wanted her to shout this in public. Bastard. She was a great beauty. Chun Shanshan really wanted to slap him and say, I don't need your help anymore. Then she would leave. You're ruthless enough. Lin Fei said faintly, hurry up. Remember, you only have 10 seconds to consider. Once the time is up, I'm sorry. Chun Shanshan didn't leave, but decided to throw caution to the wind. Chun Shanshan was wrong. There were many people on 100 Grass Street. At this moment, following a shout, many people stopped. He took the initiative to look over. When he saw that it was a long-legged beauty, his gaze suddenly changed. Continue. Chun Shanshan could feel the eyes of those people. She wished there was a crack in the ground and she could drill into it. It was too shameful. Chun Shanshan, you have to endure it. Isn't it just losing face? This is for your grandfather. Chun Shanshan kept telling herself. Chun Shanshan was wrong. Chun Shanshan was wrong. After shouting 3 times in a row, Chun Shanshan's mood became particularly complicated, especially when she was being pointed at by passers-by. Is that okay? Of course it's okay. Lin Fei laughed. Lead the way. Chun Shanshan made up her mind. Once this kid couldn't save her grandfather, she would arrest this kid even if it was a personal revenge. A Ms. Perfect, she actually drove a Land Rover. Lin Fei remembered a sentence very clearly. A Land Rover that couldn't be repaired was a real nouveau riche. Get in the car. Chun Shanshan didn't want to talk to this man. Lin Fei chuckled as he opened the car door and sat in the front passenger seat. After getting in, he found that this Land Rover was custom-made. What a rich owner. 20 minutes later, the Land Rover stopped at the entrance of a courtyard. Get off. Chun Shanshan was the first to get off. After Lin Fei got off, he glanced around. The location here was very good. It wasn't easy to have such a place in the Jiangbei district. Miss, you're finally back. Master's situation isn't good. Chun Shanshan's face turned pale and she rushed in. Lin Fei walked unhurriedly. Inside the courtyard, it was full of ancient buildings, rockery and flowing water. Everywhere was filled with the atmosphere of Jiangnan. Grandpa, you can't die. Lin Fei came over and heard Chun Shanshan's desperate voice. In a seemingly unremarkable room, there were several people standing around. At this moment, all of them had sad expressions on their faces. Chun Shanshan was lying on the bed and crying. Shanshan, cough, this is life. Chun Mingshan was completely different from before. His whole person was at least 20 years older. His spirit was very poor. No, Grandpa, I brought you someone. He might be able to save you. Chun Shanshan was anxious. Chun Mingshan shook his head. No, it's useless. No one knew the hidden injuries in his body better than Chun Mingshan. He didn't expect that after so many years, it would finally erupt. Moreover, it was so fierce that he didn't even have the chance to resist. Chun Mingshan accepted his fate. After living for so long, he could be content. Who are you? In the room, a strong man coldly stared at the strange young man who came in. Only then did everyone notice that an ordinary-looking young man was standing in the room without them noticing. Quickly save him. When Chun Shanshan saw the other party, it was as if she had grasped a life-saving straw. Grandpa, did you see him? It's him. The master you mentioned. I invited him. Chun Mingshan's eyes suddenly burst out a bright light, but soon sank again. Young man, we meet again. Lin Fei lightly said. I can only say that your luck is good. If you met someone else, you will die for sure. Kid, who do you think you are? The strong man coldly said. You must be a liar. Now get out of here. The burly man prepared to throw him out with his grappling hand. You are not qualified to talk to me. Bang! The strong man's eyes blurred. His whole body hit the wall outside and was embedded in it. The people in the room were suddenly scared. That was Chun Mingshan's direct disciple. The peak of Clear Jing One step away from negative Jing, but now, you really are a master. Chun Mingshan's eyes revealed a happy expression. I knew it would be like this. You should be glad. Lin Fei stepped forward and reached out his hand. Chun Mingshan was sucked into Lin Fei's hand. So you won't die. Lin Fei raised his hand to slap Chun Mingshan. This slap, everyone could only see a series of afterimages, but there was a feeling of floating clouds and flowing water. Puff! Chun Mingshan spurted out a mouthful of black blood and fell to the ground. Okay. Chun Mingshan returned to the bed and felt his whole body relaxed. Grandpa, what happened to you? Chen Shanshan's face changed and hurriedly came up. Ha ha ha. Too comfortable. This is the feeling of the past. Chun Mingshan struggled for a moment, got up and bowed to the other side. Thank you for saving my life. Lin Fei smiled. Well, the matter is solved. Old man, if you want to thank someone, thank your granddaughter.